It shouldn't have been this far, Dre, but I could see
Why?
they didn't pick him earlier than. I could see why they didn't pick him Thursday. Just by that part right there, I could see why they picked him Thursday. But not picking him on Friday, that's when you got into some other shit. This was some other shit. Now,
yeah. This was
they got Pickens, they got Flacco, they got Shadeur, they got Gabriel. What are you guys doing? Get Dylan Gabriel pick.
That was a pointless pick.
It was a waste of pick, bro. You wasted a fucking 94th overall pick on doing some dumb shit and you didn't even make the playoff.
All right, what up, what up? Welcome to the All Grind Sports Show where we're politically incorrect. I go by the name of JC, and I'm here with my wonderful brothers and co-hosts, OGs, and all that good spit, man. Today we are doing a draft grading of every team in the NFL. So make sure y'all continue to lock in with us, man. Continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all are here with us, and we appreciate that. So, episode 151. We on the road to 200. So, next time we see y'all, it'll be 152, man. We getting there. We'll be there in no time. But today, we're going to take a break. I know, next time y'all seen this, you was probably expecting to hear some basketball, but we're going to take a break and talk about the draft for a quick second with two of the three of the most expertise people in football I know. We got one joining us a little later. But in the meantime, let me introduce my guys. First off, we got the youngin' from the So Icy gang, tatted like a biker gang, our guy Andre the Sports Junkie.
Two things. Number one, Red Bull, I see you. I appreciate you. And number two, it's podcast motherfucking Monday. Let's go. And we got
Yes, sir.
And we got like you said, three greatest minds.
Absolutely. And next up, I know it's been a long time no see, but we got the big dog, the YouTube sensation, one of my mentors, the original. My guy Raider Ragu is back in the building, man.
Word, yeah, great to be back, man.
In a minute, man.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, had some scheduling conflicts. It ain't like I didn't want to be back. Just
all good. You always got a seat here, man.
Yeah, good to see everybody, man. Good to be back, sitting on the All Grind chair, and let's get it. Let's talk some shit. I'm ready.
Absolutely, man. So I'm gonna leave it to my guys, man. Do we want to get the elephant in the room out the way now, or do we want to get through this draft and just pop it when it come about? Because I know.
Well, let's talk about it, man, and then leave
get
it
into
alone.
the other stuff. Yeah,
got you.
All right, let's get one good little segment, and then don't go back to it at all.
Well, I know Coach gonna have something to say too, but yeah.
I know. So damn, we should probably wait. We should wait. Yeah.
So let's
How you want to do it? You gonna go team by team? What you going? How you gonna do? How you going?
Like
I'm
start
gonna
from
go
pick
from
one.
the draft. I'm gonna go from the draft order, and I'm gonna run down all the picks that the team made.
Oh, okay.
And then you guys can tell them, give me their grade and why you give them that grade. That sounds
Let's
good.
do it. Yep.
All right. We missed you, dog. We've been having a lot of newcomers of basketball. You know what I'm saying? So. All right, man. Let's get it. So, number one pick in the draft, got Mr. Cam Ward out of Miami. So that's the team we're gonna start with, the Tennessee Titans. But first, thoughts on the number one pick? Is this what you guys could say you pretty much expected?
For me,
I think Cam was the only nothing to see here pick. This was decided about 6 weeks ago, from what I understand, when he did that final workout in front of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
They left knowing what the deal was. So yeah, this one is. I wish him great luck, but this one was the most uneventful pick of the draft.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say honestly, just for at least Tennessee standpoint, they did what they were supposed to do, and they at least went out and got themselves one of the stuff that they needed, positions that they needed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm rooting for Cam Ward. I hope he does something one day.
I know you guys have been doing a lot of draft talk in general between Raider Ragu and No Big Deal, and even as far as back as earlier this year on All Grind. But just quickly, as far as what we've been hearing about the guy, do you guys feel it will be as advertised, or was this just like a best available and we just desperately needed a quarterback?
Good question.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me at least, I felt like that's what for some. I feel like this year some quarterbacks were a position need, but I felt like other teams though it was like. Did you really have to go out there and get that?
Yeah.
Two things could be true, JC. He could be a guy like that. Probably the only guy in the draft at quarterback like that. And then they also desperately needed a QB too. So, even though they could have done in theory what the Giants did, right?
Yeah.
And got Travis, and then traded back in and got Jackson Dart or somebody, or even Sanders. We didn't even go there yet, but you know what I'm saying. They could have done that, but they just said, "Fuck it," we're not even gonna play with it. Just give us our guy. And I'm happy for them getting their guy. We'll see. I'm rooting for Cam for sure.
Hey, and as you guys can see, we got the untouchable, the big dog himself. We got Coach Fame in the building, man.
What's up, Coach Fame?
Welcome back, sir. Long time no see.
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing, man?
It's been a minute.
Bless, brother. Glad to have you back.
Hey, man, appreciate you guys wanting me back, man. It's a blessing to be a part of this group, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I'm sure Ragu didn't tell you because he didn't know himself, but we're doing some draft grades today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, man.
I see you got the big backdrop. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, you already know.
Backdrop.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Already know.
Man. It's a blessing to
We'll get to it in a second. We wanted to wait for you. So you really didn't miss nothing. We're going over so I'm doing it in order of who was picked, and then we'll go into that team. So right now we on Tennessee. We was talking about the number one pick. Obviously, the young brother Cam Ward.
No doubt.
Any thoughts on that real quick before I run off the rest of the players?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, shit. We might have do a segment on Cam with a pick. Hey, no. With all credit due, man. Cam worked his tail off, man. He earned the number one spot. He got it, and he did it his way. You know what I'm saying? All praises to him, man. Blessings for him and his family. They got a good young man. Jaguars got a good young man. Tennessee got a good young man. So I like him. I like his play everywhere he's been. I watch, from the time he got on the national stage, it was something to watch, man, for sure.
There's something else about him, man. Wasn't he a 0-star recruit or something like that at first?
Yeah, he wasn't recruited.
Oh wow.
So that just shows you, bro. Like I haven't listened to the experts since the 2018 draft cycle when they tried to tell me Josh Rosen was better than Lamar Jackson. So I knew to stop listening to those guys.
Yeah.
But this is another example of not listening to those guys.
The nerds.
Bro. They don't know. They're just they like to fill a bunch of words and they like to write stuff because they have jobs to do and they have content or whatever to fill up. But Cam Ward, a 0-star recruit to the first pick in the NFL draft, shows you that
Number one
a few
overall
years ago
pick.
somebody didn't know what the hell they was talking about.
Yep.
Number one overall pick, by the way, not this quarterback.
And you know what's going to be even more disheartening? You know what's going to be even more wild is if he not only gets that number one draft pick, but actually goes out and balls and helps change that franchise around. If he can do that, that'll just be the icing on the top. That'll be the icing.
We haven't had somebody turn around Tennessee in God knows how long.
Great God, that would be great if he does that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, even if he falls on his face in the league,
because
how many of the other guys we see being highly rated from Pop Warner all the way through college and then get to the league and fall on their face? But so, were the people wrong at first about him? Ranking him so high?
Johnny Manziel.
Or was he just not good enough for the league? Sometimes it don't work out in the league, but I'm saying they was wrong about this kid, man. When he was a 0-star recruit, somebody was wrong about. That's all I'm saying.
And he put in the work, and look where that got him.
All right, so let's go over the picks. Y'all excuse me if I butcher some of these names. I know I'm not the big college guy, so help me out if need be. We got Oladejo out of UCLA, edge rusher. Kevin Winston Jr. out of Penn State. Shamir Dyke or DK? Receiver?
I think DK.
Okay.
Yeah, I think DK.
Gunnar Helm. I feel like y'all screamed who right there.
At that point.
We got Alec A.O. Maynard, Jackson Slater. That was a guard out of Sacramento State. Marcus Harris, corner out of Cal Berkeley, and Caleb Mullings, running back out of Michigan.
All right, so
what is the grade for the Tennessee Titans?
Overall, I'm gonna say, and I was heavily entrenched in the draft. I knew all the names of all of the top guys at all of the different positions, and I said who a few times on these guys when they were picked.
I think we both did.
I'm gonna give
that
him,
nigga Coop did it to his own team on the 20th pick.
Yo, me and Ragu were a part of that.
Oh yeah,
I just seen the clip
on his live, Ragu. And Ragu in the background kept saying,
that nigga said,
"Ready, Marv?"
To the 20th pick. Oh, that nigga funny. Shout out Coop.
I want to give him a higher pick. I mean, a higher grade from bros, but
I give him a C minus.
I'm saying C. All right, let me say what I like.
Because they're 50-50.
Let me say what I like about it. Cam, obviously. I love the 136 pick. Elic Iomanor, JC, out of Stanford. He was a guy that I was, hoping the Raiders might take a look at as a late round wide receiver. Big guy, run, catch. So that's a good pick. That 136 pick, that's a good one. And I also had my eyes on Kalel Mullings, the big guy from Michigan that they got at 188. So I like those two down there. They were in their bag down there, 136 and 188. They got two players that probably gonna make the team, which is
50-50
guys that's outside the top 100. If they make your ball club, that you would scout it and draft it well.
Right.
But I ain't gonna lie and pretend that I know what's up with Oladipo, did not a big UCLA guy, so I don't UCLA edge guy first round. That shit don't even sound right. But anyway, and then Kevin Winston, he wasn't a top safety, so I see CBS Sports gave him an A+ for this pick. I'm no expert. I'm no NFL scout, bro. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. C+ for these guys.
Okay, that's not
Bam
bad.
was a no-brainer, and then they got into their bag later with Aya Manor and the dude Khalil Mullen.
That's your old saying though. You always used to tell us in fantasy that's where you win the draft at.
It is.
So
everybody knows those top guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, C+ for me, Tennessee. I don't know where Coach went.
Yeah, I'll get it when you get back. So let's go Jacksonville. Who I don't know if anybody's seen this coming.
So first, what we want to call it?
This is the first
monkey wrench
trade,
and it was the first kind of like this draft ain't gonna go like everybody thought. Moment,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, yep. That probably. I mean, we could argue that was the biggest moment of the draft.
And it happened so early, too.
We could argue that.
It happened
now,
so
I
early.
must say, great job in targeting this guy. And did you really need to do all that? I mean, I guess New England was going to get him. I don't think the Giants would.
I think New England. We were when we did our mock draft on here. We were talking about how that was. I think we had him going to the Pats, and we were talking about how we didn't want that to happen, but how great of a fit that would have been. Like him on one end, Gonzalez on the other. Like plus the snaps on the offensive end.
And this guy is new, right? He just came from Tampa Bay over here to Jacksonville, the GM. I'm saying so. I'll give him props, bro.
He knew the Patriots was going to
get his guy.
Yeah, he knew the Patriots. Yeah. He was going to be gone.
Yeah,
for sure.
Caleb Ransall, I thought that was your folks for a minute there. I was going to be like, damn, he went that high? That's why I texted you and asked you that.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a bit. They on cloud 9 right now.
I love the Ransall pick.
Yeah.
Wyatt Millam is a good pick.
Willem's going to be good.
And Bashul Tootin is an excellent pick. These guys went house, bro. The move to get Trav. Caleb is a guy at the corner. The big OT Wyatt Millam is like the eclipse over there at the tackle position. And Bashul Tootin was one of the fastest running backs in college football last year, coming out of Virginia Tech. Playing with Virginia Tech on college football a couple times just because of him. And then Jack Hyder, the linebacker from Notre Dame. These dudes had a great draft, man. Fucking A for Jack.
I'd give him A+. Wow. Yeah, because that Wilm pickup for me, like you said, Ragu, that was a big.
So this is in contention for. Best draft of the best draft out of all the teams. Like we're gonna be talking about that at the end.
JC, this is a team that's looking to finally win. In order to win, my bad. I was just gonna say, in order to win, they're ready. I think they're on their way to winning because now winning happens. It starts in the draft. Winning starts in the draft, and they get, like Ragu and I said, they got an A for sure on that draft. Now the question is, let's make it work on the field.
Put it all together.
The first 5 guys
that's step
will
one.
Either start or play significant time this season. And when you get a draft and you get 5 guys that's going to play.
So we had Travis on there, obviously, Caleb Ransall, Wyatt Millam, Bashul Tootin,
Bashul,
Jack Kaiser, Jalen McLeod,
Damn, Jack Kaiser.
Linebacker.
Rayon
Dame.
Lane III, out of the Navy, Jonah Moning, center out of USC, and LaQuint Allen, running back out of Syracuse.
Damn, and Kaiser's gonna be.
Hey, dude. I played with Syracuse. That back is decent. LaQuint Allen is decent, bro.
And they got him with the last pick. Well, one of their last pick.
Man, they made some moves this draft.
Rayon Lane. They sound like they took a flyer on the Navy kid. And Jonah Monheim, I got a special place in my heart and mind for the USD kids. So, bro.
And then Jack Kaiser added on.
Damn, this was a great draft.
What you think, Coach? Jacksonville.
Like I say, man, they just put some pieces together. I was trying to give Cam Ward to them. Overall, man, Jacksonville. Give them they grade of a, B plus. You know what I'm saying? I give them a B plus.
And real quick,
I think that they might. No, not to cut you off, JC, but with them picking Ransaw right after Trav, I think they're gonna play Travis a lot on offense, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, he definitely gonna get a lot of run on offense. Well, if not more so special teams, but defensively, I think he gonna get some burn too.
I feel like you'll see on defense. I feel like you'll see third down snaps.
Nah, I feel like he'll work his way in. He won't start at a corner.
I'd rather start him on the defensive end.
They got a pretty decent defense, man. And
Coach,
the picks they added. So,
Coach, what you give Tennessee real quick?
Tennessee did a good job too. I give them a good grade of up there. They got the number one pick, which they needed. They got their need, they addressed their need.
Yeah.
Lord
knows they needed.
I mean, that's to me, when you address your needs and don't try to listen to the hype and everything else out here saying, oh, you should get this and you should get that. No, if you address your needs to win games, and build what you're building in your clubhouse. I mean, come on, man. Now you got your GM working for you. You see what I'm saying?
Then, in other words, also, as JC will always say, scouts, do your damn job.
I mean, that's what they get paid for.
And that's what they did.
Is it?
Except those that messed up little Dion.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a second. So next up, let's go to the Giants.
Oh shit.
This is the third pick of the draft. And they took this was kind of a no-brainer. Abdul Carter out of Penn State.
That dude's gonna be. I think he's gonna just crazy.
They're talking generational for this guy.
It's just man, the Giants got to worry about keeping their guys healthy first.
We had somebody there to mention Lawrence Taylor.
You saw that about the jersey number?
I'm talking about in our network of shows and friends and all that.
Like somewhere in that ballpark.
I believe it was Jay Will. But yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he had when we did our mock draft here, I think he had Abdul number 1, if I remember correctly.
He thought highly of him, for sure. I feel like Verse made people scared to pass up guys like this now.
Yeah.
You don't need guys like this here anymore, bro. Not for the
14th, 15th pick.
The reasonable future. These guys like this are going to be coming off in the first 5 picks, bro, because you can come and have a rookie get a double-digit sacks. You love it.
All right, so we got trying to say this without laughing, my bad. So we got Jackson Dart out of Mississippi, Darius Alexander, defensive tackle out of Toledo. Cam, not even finna try that last name.
Scatterball.
Cam Scatterbo out of Arizona State. Marcus Imbo out of Purdue. Thomas Spadone II out of Nebraska, tight end out of Nebraska. And Corey Black out of Oklahoma State, cornerback. How did the Giants
First,
do?
man,
What's their
before
grade?
y'all answer, let me just say this. Wasn't it so on brand for the New York Giants to pick up Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston in free agency and then make a move to trade back into the first round to get the white quarterback?
Absolutely.
It was just so on brand, bro. And when it happened, I was like, yeah, that's tracking.
Sounds about right. Yep.
Yeah, that's tracking as a New York Giant move. They're keeping the tradition, right, of never drafting one of us. And I just want to bring that to the light, man, and make sure that everybody knows.
I can't say what we were saying in the chat because we get the channel striked on YouTube, but yeah, we have some choice words for this in the
so on brand, bro.
So yeah, what's our grade for the Big Apple?
I like Scatterbo. I like Imbo.
Yeah, Scatterbo is really good.
I just don't like the Jackson Dart pick. I feel like they could have waited. They jumped the gun on that. They got.
I was just about to ask y'all that. What y'all think about the Wood?
I feel like they could have waited till their pick in the second round and got him. No problem. Nobody was checking for Jackson, but
I think they. Oh, okay. They traded up together.
Abdul Carter, Scatterbo, and Marcus Imbo are all solid picks. Is that enough to give them an A in the draft? Nah.
No.
I'll give them a
He said that.
They get two. They could get 2 minus takeaways from me. If we grade and we 4.0 is an A, they're at a based on those guys you said, man. Those are some good kids. I kind of checked them out during the draft. But to say the least, the one strike is to go get Jameson and the boy and treat them like that. And grabbing that guy.
I knew Coach was not, that shit wasn't going to fit right with Coach.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So to me, like I said, they got a low C grade with me with that. But given those other guys, they should be way up in the top B areas. But doing that from an organizational standpoint and being who they are, we know, but still those that don't know that are new to this, what do you say to them? And they like, how do y'all do that?
Right.
Come on. And I understand. I get it. It's a business. But that made no sense. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. It made no sense. When you just get the Carter kid and Scatterboo and all those kids like that, and you do it. I'm not saying you should have picked certain guys, but to move up in that round and you just got 2 free agency brother quarterbacks, and I'm going to say that wasn't the wise.
Jerry, what's your grade for the Giants?
I was just gonna say I gave them a low C too, just because like outside the guys that were named, like Abdul and all them, it just that really that just took a hit for me.
Sounds like they graded for what they didn't do.
Yeah, bro. It's like it's what they did.
Full job that they did, though. You feel me?
Both.
It's just
yeah.
And it's just crazy how it happened too. I was like, when that pick was heard, I was like, there is no way.
Hey, JC, from a teaching standpoint.
So a low C, like a C minus.
What do you tell a sports kid that is growing up, male or female, and they see that kind of move pool? What do they think? They're learning this game, as we would put it, the correct way. They're learning the game. And a move like that come from the big city, and you wonder why they are what they are. I'm gonna leave it like that. One team with a boot.
Nah, that's crazy.
It's your turn, man. Unfortunately, we gotta talk about these after Boston guys.
Hey, I loved it. I loved our.
And I ain't gonna lie, y'all was already cooking before the draft. So. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm liking I like our moves. Definitely want to say I'm happy about
Pats.
first and foremost, Will Campbell, because we all know we just talked about offensive lines before the show started. We know how important
y'all needed that.
We know how important. Yes, thank you, JC, for reminding me. We finished 32nd in the league, I believe, in offensive line. And Will Campbell's reaction after getting drafted, that put that little fire under me. I was like, ooh, shit, you could draft me and I'll block for Drake May too. But no, that was really exciting. I'm glad to see him go out there and get drafted, and we'll see what he does. You know, it's not a paper game, as Ragu calls this. Got to see how they transform.
Hey, driving here today, I knew that was going to be said. It was just a matter of who and when. Yeah.
But no, like
man, you ain't lying.
But no, it's not. It is not a paper game. We've all been fooled by that. But now it's just step one is out the way. Now it's just putting it all together on the field. The other pick we got, Travion Henderson out of OSU. I'm excited we got him too because JC, you said it a few weeks ago last show. This is a 2 running back type league now. Absolutely. And backs are getting a little bit more rest too when they transition off and on.
Everybody's seen what Detroit had going over there, so I think a lot of teams are going to start going that route and preserving their young
starters and all
so
that.
They're not all beat up by the time they contract up. So I like it.
And also one thing I will say, positive and negative about Travion Henderson is the positive side is if utilized right. Oh, he's going to be a star. He's going to do some work. The only thing and that's why I say if utilized right. And the other thing that kind of worries me is can he stay healthy? Because throughout the course of college, there has been some years where he's been hurt, coming into the game hurt, or so. I just feel like if utilized right, everything.
Do you like Vrabel?
Yeah, I've always liked Vrabel as a player and. Even what he did in Tennessee, even though it didn't end, way it didn't end great, but
he definitely overachieved a season or two over there for sure.
With Tannehill as his quarterback, keep that in mind. But overall, I'm happy for Vrabel, and also before you move on, I just want to throw into that the reason why I like Vrabel too is because and I understand they just didn't give Gerard Mayo an opportunity, and I'm going to say that right first and foremost. If given the opportunity, he would have been in the same position. Anyways, but
that makes me sick thinking about it, man. This is the same routine. Build the team up, get the team right, and then
bring someone else. Let someone else come in.
My bad.
Pause. Jesus Christ. I mean, geez Louise. But no. Vrabel, like Gerard Mayo, he played for the team for some years too. So I just feel like that is going to come into effect. I just feel like, again, Gerard Mayo just didn't get the longevity to do that.
So before y'all give the grades, obviously Will Campbell, the 4th pick. As he just mentioned, Travion Henderson.
Kyle Williams out of Washington. Jared Wilson out of Georgia.
Craig Woodson out of Cal. Joshua Farmer out of Florida State, defensive tackle. Braden Swinson out of LSU.
You get him.
Andreas, I don't know what this nigga name is. Kicker out of Miami. Marcus Bryant out of Missouri. Julian Ashby out of Vanderbilt. That's a long snapper. And Kobe Minor out of Memphis, defensive back. So what grade we giving the Pats?
For me, I'm going with the B+.
They needed a tackle, no question. We talked about that last year about how I even told Drake May, don't be a hero on a boo-boo team.
I remember that.
With no O-line, right? So I congratulate them. I'm happy for them. They got a tackle. Did they get the right guy? So this guy's arms was a little shorter at the combine than they first thought. And also, this dude ran an under 5 flat 40. He ran like a 4.86 or something at 6'6", 319. So
you talking about Will? You talking about Will?
Yeah.
498 guy.
498. So now the second pick is where they gave these guys an issue. 38 overall. You probably could have traded back and still got Travion. But look, if that's your guy, get your guy, bro. Yeah. Get your guy.
That's all that.
I think Kyle Williams, he was on my radar as a decent sized wide receiver with some speed. And then I had Jarrett Wilson going in the 3rd round. So they got him at 95. So that is right. That's the 3rd round.
That's still the 3rd.
Yeah, okay. So they didn't do that great a job right there, but still that was a solid pick. And you got 2 offensive linemen that's probably gonna start.
Yep.
For your young guy that you needed a lineman for. And then you got your guy at running back, even though some people might feel like that was too early. I'm gonna give Braves and whoever y'all GM is. And let me go back. I was hating on Vrabel until I heard our minority owner, Mr. Richard Sherman. Mr. Richard Seymour, talk about playing with Vrabel and the fact that they knew Vrabel was going to be a coach. Right. So you know that type of guy, right? You playing with him, you know when this dude's finished playing, he's going to coach. You can tell. Right. So they knew that about Vrabel already, and in Richard Seymour's mind, Vrabel is a good guy. So in my mind, Vrabel is a good guy now. So I give Braves props for getting the lineman, getting his guy at running back. That wide receiver is a good player too. And the interior O-lineman from Georgia, Jarrett Wilson, is a good pick too. I'm going to give the New England Patriots a solid B+.
Not bad.
I can't give him an A because it's New England.
Just had to throw that shot in there, huh?
Coach?
Hey, man, I want to start. I should have said it earlier, but here's the deal. You get what you need. Like D said, like he's happy they got what they're addressing your needs. Listen, this is your team. And if you worry about anybody else, it's on you. And I'm saying that to say, Uncle Petey told me a while back, hey man, don't pay attention to the mock draft people and all the makeup things. Because if you look at the statistic, they put the man's stats up there and he was way off. But I get New England a B because they went and got what they needed. And those teams that went and got they needed, they're gonna get that from me, which is that kind of grade, a B. Or like D said, I can't give that team an A because they that team. I got a situation I need to see with Mr. Kraft. So at the end of the day, it's just about addressing your needs, and they did. You guys addressed your needs, and that's what you got to do. You know,
and I don't understand.
Fame, on some other shit, Fame. I was listening to a podcast. That's Ryan Clark and Channing Crowder and Freddie T. They had Richard Seymour on, and Richard Seymour did a lot of good for Vrabel and Robert Kraft.
Okay,
me listening to how he thinks of them,
right?
And I know that Rich is a brother for real. So, Kraft might be all right. All right, he might be all right. From what Rich was saying,
I'm half and half too. I'm with Coach. Like I've heard some Brad Goose stuff, but I also see where Coach coming from. So I
got a thumbnail over here on Mr. Kraft. I got a thumbnail, and The pen on the
He
board.
had some very nice things to say about him helping him get into the position where he was able to get the piece of the team with the Raiders. And then the other thing with Kraft, I always thought it was some player shit that he was getting a massage and whatever.
That's my deal. That's my deal.
Super Bowl. So the morning before his team played in the Super Bowl, he in one city getting taken care of, and then he flew on over to the Super Bowl to watch his team.
It's good
So
if
that
he
was
do
great.
it. It's good if he do it, but it ain't good if I do it. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
What we always do preach on this show too is, Coach Fame, I'm glad you brought it up seconds ago, so I'm just gonna kind of piggyback off of it just for a sec. And it's the simple fact that when you have to just go for what you need. Don't worry about when don't be that team to be like, oh, the Rams are going for Shadeur Sanders. Oh no, forget that. We're going for him too. I don't want him to have it. Don't play that game, because that's how you end up becoming a 3-14 team.
That's how I be doing it.
Yep.
Like I know it's a whole different level, but that's how I be doing it when I be doing my fantasy drafts and split. Like I don't be going off of that whole ESPN tracker. I be having a whole nother list up where I'm like, nah, this is my team. Man, I don't give a damn who they claim is supposed to be the best. I need this.
He said,
I get it.
And the fact that Ragu and that we all sit here and aren't scouts is just crazy. Especially Ragu, because I feel like some of these scouts now, they're too much into we got to worry about this team not getting the number 1 or number 2 pick. And we gotta stop. We gotta break that cycle. Like stop worrying about that.
I've always said that them high lottery picks is usually for teams that don't know how to draft. That's the only team that get overly excited about that. If you're
supposed to be in the lottery and then get your ass out of the lottery.
Exactly.
Right? You have teams that stay there.
To me,
we didn't got Ragu.
But
Ragu,
you have
I know
teams
you don't.
Every other year they in that motherfucker.
Ragu, I know you don't F with us, but how much first round talent has Les Snead gotten that was like way past the first round in these last 4 or 5 years? And he talking about picks and up. So
man, Les finessed. He did a move this draft. I started to
with Atlanta.
Finessed him out of a pick, bro.
Got 2 first round picks next year.
Man, I was like, I can't believe Atlanta is that garbage, bro. But yeah, Les, I got Les as the number 2 guy behind Howie Roseman, man, as far as getting shit done for his team. So yeah, Les Snead is the man.
Dre, you gave a grade, right?
Yeah, I already gave it.
All right. So let's go. This is probably where the conversation comes up now. So we got the Browns.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
We got the Browns who traded back, and with their first pick, they took Mason Graham, the defensive tackle out of Michigan. Let's get the spit out the way now, gentlemen.
Hey, I just wanted real quick before you
give us the other guys that they got. Come on, go.
Okay, let's go down. All right, let's go down the line.
Give us the guys.
We got y'all help me with this. So we got Carson Schlesinger. Yeah, okay.
Schlesinger
out of UCLA. They got Jukins. That was a good pick.
Judkins.
Harold Fanning.
That's Jay Will's favorite player, by the way.
Out of Bowling Green, tight end. Dylan Gabriel out of Oregon. Dylan Sampson out of Tennessee, running back. And then we got Shadeur as the 5th round pick. This is their last pick out of Colorado.
So I just want to go out and say the group chat was hilarious with the Shadeur Sanders.
That was a fun 3 days. Ragu, I don't know if you was checking in or not.
Ragu, and we were in Marv's live, and what we were saying in the live is what was being said in the group chat, and in all caps, everyone was saying, literally in all caps, everyone was saying, I can't believe Shadeur has slid this far into the draft. I even posted that TED scene, And JC was like this.
And then once it got to like, I think 22nd, 23rd, I knew the rest of them teams had quarterbacks. I'm like, oh, so I said the Browns are still going to get him the next day. And boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, it was when he didn't get drafted. It was when he didn't get drafted Friday.
That was what did it for you?
I was like, come on, league. Like, well, come on, y'all. What's this? What are we doing right here with this shit?
Let me ask y'all this, because I just got off the phone with Gene, and you know, obviously he wasn't the happiest right now with that. But something I asked him, which is what I'm going to ask y'all, barring some type of criminal behavior or sexual assault case, you know, something of that magnitude, have we ever seen any player treated like this that was projected to go in the top overall 5 in most mock drafts? Have y'all ever seen this before?
I don't think so.
I think this might be.
Let me keep it 1,000, though, y'all. All right, let's look at it from the league standpoint. All right, let's try to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Let's just say the scouts did not have him as up there with Ward. Say they had Ward and everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then here comes a guy. They don't have they don't even have a first round ranking on him. All right, because he went to Jackson State out of high school. Right, that's not a big time program, coached by his dad.
So did Travis.
Yeah, Travis was the #1 recruit in the United States, though, that chose Prime. That was Shadeur was not.
Gotcha.
Then they go to Colorado, and they put Colorado on the map. Didn't win the Big 12 or anything, though. You know.
He finished 12-13.
Now, season's over, career's over in college now. You on some, I ain't playing the Super Bowl. I'm going to come to the combine. I ain't working out. I ain't doing none of that shit. You know.
That plays a part. That's what I was saying. You think his comments may have got him to slip that far?
It shouldn't have been this far, Dre, but I could see
why
they didn't pick him earlier than. I could see why they didn't pick him Thursday. Just by that part right there. I could see why they picked him Thursday. But not picking him on Friday, that's when you got into some other shit. This was some other shit now.
Yeah.
This was personal.
So I could say, all right, I'm the league, okay? I'm Spy Tech. All right, Shadeur, you didn't work at the combine, bro. You shitted on the Senior Bowl. They didn't have you as that good, bro. So maybe you should have went to that. But then when they didn't pick him in the 2nd and 3rd round, that's when I knew, all right, yeah, y'all on some other shit. This is more than football. This is some other shit other than the football.
Especially teams that desperately needed a quarterback passing times.
And then I'm sorry, Tyrell and Flex, but then they turned into the clowns. Right? They picked Mason Graham. Okay, cool. Purple Sweatinger, a little high for him, but cool. Quinshawn, not gonna hate on that. Harold Fannin, actually a good pick. Dylan fucking Gabriel, bro.
Yeah, what was the... Yeah.
That's when they turned back into the clown.
In the 3rd round. You could have
so
used
why you drive him as Shadeur? I don't get it, bro. It's who
you can't start camp. You can't start camp with both of them.
They got Pickens. They got Pickens. They got Shadeur. They got Gabriel. What are you guys doing? Get Dylan Gabriel pick.
That was a pointless pick.
It was a waste of pick, bro. You wasted a fucking 94th overall pick on doing some dumb shit. And you didn't even make the playoff. Love the Dylan Sampson pick though, and the Shadeur pick. I love them 2 picks. Judkins. So they got
But
two good
what do
running
they
backs.
do though now?
Errol.
What do they do?
I don't know what
Are
they're
you
doing.
gonna cut somebody that you spent a 3rd round pick on in the same training camp, the same year?
I'm
If you
glad
do,
I'm
you
not in
stupid.
their shoes.
You're dumb if you did that.
Yeah, like
So to me, that means the
only
writing's
way
on
this
the wall.
makes sense is if they flip Shadeur or Gabriel for some draft capital that's higher than the pick that they got him for. That's the only thing that makes sense. Otherwise,
Steelers.
Okay.
what the fuck are the Cleveland Browns doing, bro? Drafting
I hear
Dylan
you on
Gabriel.
But what I was gonna say though, that when that pick happened, I was like, really? Like, we're talking
when this
about
pick happened, this is when I knew that the Shadeur thing was something other than football. When this pick came, when they called this dude's name at 94, I just started laughing like, oh yeah, okay, Shadeur. You pissed him off, bro. Roger. I ain't gonna put this on Roger. This is them 32 you know what's
Absolutely.
in there like, hey man, screw this, you know what.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. What you got, Coach? I know you got something to say.
Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna start it off with like you said. I'm gonna try to give some benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Hey man, listen, man. A spade is a spade, and a heart is a heart. Ain't no way around it. Like you said, them iffy picks up and down. Why would you do that? You could have waited. Not that you wasted the 94th pick and to play around and go grab the guy. Like okay, we'll take him. At what point do it stop, NFL? You posted all from the time it started. It was about Shadeur. You guys made that an attraction, right?
Yep.
So it's basically what we call a dog and pony show. You understand what I'm saying? So at no cost, and I'm gonna tell you about the young man. Ain't never been. He probably he ain't even been fingerprinted by the law. He ain't had no girl.
That's my biggest thing. Like there's no criminal shit at all in getting treated like that.
It was looking at the intangibles of who we are first and foremost, right? He beat those. So now we going to where you was at, Coach D. Oh, he didn't go to the NFL combine. He didn't go to the camp back in 18.
The Senior Bowl. Yeah.
No. I'm talking about the NFL combine is that thing they do on Black Friday and Sunday back in 1856 and shit. That.
Oh,
hey,
you
guys, you got to figure that. Yeah. He didn't go to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So and then what's wrong with a young man who's done everything right? 2 different schools.
So, right? To interrupt you, but he didn't go to Jamestown?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
Everything right. So you couldn't get him on the cultural deal. Yep. So now you come back and he's leading in the number 1 stats. Correct me if I'm wrong, JC. Did he not lead passing yards?
The completion rating and passing yards. Yep.
You name it, he did it. He even led with 99 sacks. As they would say, he had a boo-boo offensive line, but I'm not going to knock them kids because they did the best they could do at the line spot. But look, he took 99 sacks and beat every last one of the quarterbacks you picked before him. So you tell me who's doing the bad numbers and who the bad, like D said, it's 32 of them guys.
Or scouting.
That sent the facts and the emails. You understand what I'm saying? To allow the Atlantic Falcons coach to even play with the kid. So, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, I give him a grade.
Oh, then there's that.
And Ragu, my bad, Coach, not to cut you off, but Ragu, that's what I meant when I was asking, have we ever seen this treatment of somebody who was supposed to be a top 5 pick and damn near everybody's projection, and then you got stuff like the Atlanta spit and him going to the 5th round when he was projected top 5, even as recent as probably a couple hours before the draft, there's still people Shadeur best available in that top 10.
Why you invite me to the NFL?
We've never seen that happen.
JC.
Well, I've never seen that.
Why you give me an invite to the joint, to come to the joint?
Why was if I was going in the 4th round?
Why was you invited to be made more popular?
They was trying to
You
Yeah,
want
they
to
want
have
to
all the
humiliate that
cameras
boy.
in his face.
Yep.
He was smart, and Deion them was smart. No, we're gonna do this in Texas at home.
Hey, coach,
Yeah.
that's the first thing I asked. I was talking to one of my coworkers, right before the draft happened. I said, "Why is Shadeur not there?" Like, because I just knew, like, no way in hell he wasn't getting picked Friday.
Deion been ahead of the game. Listen, some way, somehow, Deion knew that they was gonna play with his boy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's like even right now, the play or the thing on the gram or the social medias is about, oh, I fired my dad. Now I got a new. That's where I got in with Cleveland. Did y'all know that part? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I released my dad from the agent duties and gave it to another agent, and that's how I got to. That's how Cleveland decided to.
Wow, I didn't even know about that.
Oh man, I'm gonna give it to you. The coach gonna give it to you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I heard that.
But it's a bunch
Deion was his agent, and so Shiloh made a comment like, "Damn, Pop's your agent, and this how they doing you." So I didn't know that he changed agents. When did he do that? During the draft?
I say it's just a report going across the social medias. We don't know how real this is. That's just
Shiloh made a comment on their page on Junior.
They've been doing all kind of little. They've been on the gram since it started. Shiloh and them like, damn, Bob, they do us like this. Why you our daddy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and what worries me the most right now, looking at all of this, and I hope I'm wrong, but the fact that y'all even did this to begin with this clown show and trying to humiliate him the way y'all did, and then taking him as late as you did, I question whether he's even going to get a fair shake in the NFL, regardless of who picked him.
So here's
because you skipped on this man 4 or 5 times before that.
Man, it's all of the social media, the internet, and the media. You know, pumping this whole thing. He's winning. I mean, let's face it. The kid is doing exactly what he wants to do: be an entertainer, shine like his daddy. Everybody talking about me. He not even mad about it. Did you see how happy that kid was when they picked him?
Mm-hmm.
Like I
think he's just playing the game now because Deion them is smart. They like, hey, make sure
that's
you
what they want. Yeah, that's what they don't give them the satisfaction.
Like you happy and shit. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And listen, you telling me you mad because I got a daddy that's smart, that's rich, that's famous, that did it all right?
Let's talk about the black father in the home. First they want us there, and we Mickey for not being there. Then we there, and we Mickey for being there.
Yep.
Boom.
Right? They
did the same spit to LeVar.
Right?
They did the same spit to LeVar.
So did. Yep.
Hey,
what you want? They really want the single parent, bro. They want the lady to bring the dude to the draft and drop, like you drop the kid off at Pop Warner. Exactly. That's what they want. You feel me?
So here's
we got daddies.
We got daddy right there by us. Look. Hey, look, how many kids he got? He taking care of all of them plus other kids. As a coach, all the babies are yours. And you take care of all of them. He had one baby go number 2. He had one baby go 144.
And he had one get signed after the draft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hats off, Deion, to you, big dog.
Absolutely.
Keep doing what you do. You changing the game. You doing it your way, and you doing it the right way. You check all the boxes.
Coach, I had something I want to ask you though, because I've been a coach on your staff when you was a head coach, and I was a coordinator. Your decor son does what Jacksonville's decor son did, and gets the whole organization, as you the head coach, exposed and all that for calling Shadeur and pranking him and all that. What do you do with the coach? Say it's me. My son did that shit.
Right.
And you like, damn.
Little Derek.
Hey, I would do what they're going to do to him. Nothing. You my partner. We're going to discipline your son. We damn sure going to discipline because I know what you going to do. You as a father going to be pissed because now I'm coming back like, damn, they got a black eye on us. But I'm not going to cut you and get rid of you.
Ragu. Ragu and Coach, y'all still kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt.
We have to.
I don't think that spit was no accident.
Hey, we have to on your show. JC, we have to on your show.
All right.
That's why D
Devil's
asked.
advocate, I get it.
I gotta do it the right way. But D know what I would say. You know what I'm saying? But
so, JC, you saying this was some bullshit, and they just saying sorry after the fact.
Ragu, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna give you the exact precise reason why I believe that. Because you niggas was dead, mute, silent until the NFL launched an investigation to where that shit came from. Otherwise, we still to this day wouldn't know where what happened, who happened, what kid, none of that shit. The only reason that y'all came out and beat it to the punch is because y'all seen the NFL launch an investigation, and literally in less than 2 business hours, y'all niggas is we apologize. Now you got some phony story talking about he got it from a tablet in the basement or whatever the F they. Man, come on, man. Don't piss on me and tell me it's rain.
How is your son getting the tablet and you're in the war room picking? You supposed to be in the war. How are your equipment?
He said he got the number and wrote it down like a week or so ago.
Yeah, coincidentally when he came in town and then went back home, saved it just for draft time, and then pulled come on, bro, stop playing with me.
Hogwash.
Yeah. I absolutely think that prank call situation was that was ridiculous.
That's what I mean, Ragu. We I
don't
think in any sport we've seen no spit like this.
That means you have too much. That means you have too much time on your hands.
I got to play a little bit of devil's advocate. So,
okay.
Did you guys hear that the same thing happened to Cooper DeJean last year?
No, I didn't.
Oh wow, no.
So neither did I. And I would say the difference is that they wasn't on social media posting that shit, and I didn't see Cooper DeJean get pranked on the news.
Right.
The next day, a few days after the draft.
The way that it was.
So I've only heard from people online that this happened to Cooper DeJean. It wasn't even a big thing. So we didn't know about it. So of course we didn't care.
But they played the clip of Shadeur the next day on the news.
They sure did.
It's Shadeur, they want to post it.
Again, so, man, this is
the
all
answer
the
to that
NFL.
is they didn't make Cooper's a big deal. They made this a big deal. So you got news people showing it for what they doing that shit for, ratings.
Hey,
you feel me?
JC, D. He is the most publicized. Think about it. All of us can watch drafts after drafts after drafts. All sports, right? Mm-hmm. Think about it. Just think about it. Has he not been the most publicized? For a dude not go in the first, second, and third, fourth to the 6th round. Fifth.
I even heard some people say that they made us watch the draft longer by not picking him.
A month ago, if anybody was to say Shadeur is not getting picked in the first round, they would say you don't know football.
They would have my house.
JC, they saying right now that they got there were words saying that this guy went to New York and he
FaceTime split.
He couldn't get on the board and do an install. I heard this morning about 6 a.m.
But even that's been creepy. So all these stories leading up to the draft, and then now it's a little like
JC,
I don't know.
JC, did you see? I'm gonna give you the clips that they showed you when Ryan, I think it was Ryan Clark or the other brother Reddick, they showed because they were speaking up for Shadeur, right?
Right.
And it showed his eyes on a play he ran against Nebraska.
Okay.
Wide receiver goes, so he reading 1 to 2. Boom, he get the safety. He get a man coming all the way across because he see the boy sitting in cover 2, hitting for a touchdown. That's a read. That's an install itself.
Right.
The board.
Right.
The board. Exactly. But my install was me back there. 1001, 1002, 1 read, 2 read, 3. Boom, I know what's open. He in cover 2. 2 high safety. Boom. Hitting the holes.
And that's why I'm not even really fully buying the, I know y'all being devil's advocate and I appreciate it.
It goes back to what D.
But that's why I'm not buying. Like, you seen what you needed to see. Like, the combine is like, okay, it's cool, but people that have all the best records and time the best and all that shit, how often do they really end up being, like star players? Let's be for real.
Well, I didn't want to throw Mel Kiper under the bus, but they threw his statistics up on his ratings of outcome players coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, he's so far off. It was so I didn't even know they would do him like that and put him up there. He was 16. He might pick him to be 16. He might pick him to be 1 or 2. They might be 39, 66, 44, different rounds. You know what I'm saying? So again, going back to what need is need, and when teams do the right thing, it don't matter what these people are saying you need or picking. So we don't know. We come in and we kind of guess ourselves, and we do it for fun and make it good. You know what I'm saying? Make it good for what we doing. And man, look at here. These dudes are so off with this situation with Shadeur. It makes no sense, man. It's just plain blatant to see this, man. So I hope the young man have a good career. Absolutely. And I hope those guys that are really messing with a kid, bro. You messing with a kid, a young kid who's still a kid. Yeah, he might have got more money than you, but that's the way you set the system up for him to get that bread. So now you assess him and don't like what he's saying or doing, or he choose not to work out. What about the other quarterbacks before him that didn't work out in the NFL combines?
It wasn't a problem then. It's a problem
what about the other quarterbacks that what they say, cocky? Please, coach, and you probably remember this better than me. What type of time was Baker on when he was coming into the league? Because if I remember correctly, he was far worse than what they claiming.
Why did he get so far?
And he still went number 1
because of his paint job.
Baker Mayfield told the crowd at Ohio State to whatever the gesture means when you grab your nuts.
Yep.
To the crowd. So.
And I'm not going.
Showed his watch to the crowd. Oh boy, showed his nuts to the crowd.
And I'm not going to put a name on it right now, but y'all probably know who I'm referring to. You had a player fighting the case of beating his pregnant girlfriend during draft day and didn't get treated like that. That's what pisses me off the most. This ain't a kid that got no criminal stuff, no sexual assault stuff, no domestic stuff, none of that shit. You just don't like his attitude.
Or his dad.
And you tried to humiliate this kid. That was disgusting to me.
I remember a year a kid got accused on draft night of yaping some shit, and it was cool. It was still cool. He went before 144.
Exactly. He played for the Steelers.
I remember.
Not once.
Remember Joe had started on the white girl. Oh, hey. At a bar or something. And
still got drafted.
I'm just saying, bro. We know what's up.
Hey, man, the numbers spoke.
You know what I heard too much of, guys? And it was sickening to me. And it really shows you what they think of us. And if it's white people watching this, man, you know what I'm talking about. So, you ain't nobody hating. But I heard the word arrogance and cocky too much.
Yeah.
An athlete, a pro level athlete is arrogant and cocky, bro, because he's
the best in the world. Literally.
Yeah, man. And why does that matter? Why did it matter to y'all so much that this dude thought a lot of himself? Why is that so? Hey, man, let's move on, bro. Let's continue doing our thing. We spoke on it. We all know what it was, too. NFL.
And the last thing I want to mention,
like football.
Last thing I want to mention, this is a whole nother sport, but I just want put the dagger on it. And I know this, like I said, this is another sport. But Gil went into that office talking about sex trafficking women during his interviews. They talking about, because I'm saying this because they talk about the interview. He's talking about sex trafficking for the interviews. Didn't take his combine seriously. None of that spit. Said F off, all of that. That's why he dropped the way he did. But he still got drafted within, it's only 60 picks. And he still got drafted. like I said during March Madness, it's more March Madness teams than there is players picked in the NBA draft. And Gilbert still got a spot after doing that. Stop talking to me about some effing interview, bro.
Yeah.
We can move on. Go to a brighter note. Let's go to out there to Vegas with my guy Ragu. You got it off the top of your head, or you want me to still read them?
I got it.
All right, let you do the honors.
So we went.
I texted Ragu and told him congrats, by the way, on the first pick.
Yep, I did too. I did too.
Because I know that
Let
was
me just say right now, I was planning on going live, but I ended up not going live because I
was looking for it. I went to. That's why I texted you. I went to
take my grandson to his basketball game, but
that's the one you were on live.
Noah will tell you that while we was driving, he in the passenger seat on his phone playing the game on the phone, not even tripping off me. But I got the draft on in the car, like listening, right?
Yeah.
So that little noise, and in the 2025 NFL draft, the Raiders select with the 6th pick Ashton Jeanty. Bro, it was like somebody scored a touchdown in the playoffs. At the end of the game, I was cheering. So my grandson looked at me like damn, like what's going on with you?
Yeah.
So it was a.
You literally said unless it was him available, like you wouldn't have traded back unless it was him. Like so, you got your guy, man. Proud.
Very happy. So then, this is what I want to give. So hold on, let me just go through the guys. I'm gonna go through the guys first. Jack Best, Darian Porter, Caleb Rogers, Charles Grant, Dante Thornton, Tonka Hemingway, JJ Pegues, Tommy Malott, Cam Miller, and Cody Lindenberg. All right, so we end up with all them dudes. First of all, that was a great thing right there. That's a lot of picks. Was that 11 people? So Ashton, totally happy. I think this guy is going to be at his floor is Josh Jacobs.
Oh wow,
that's the floor.
Wow.
I feel like.
Yeah, you confident in that.
Yeah, he was can't miss, and he's a good kid. And what some people don't know, I got this from a insider who is I could go on and say who it is. It's my boy Reek know him too. Our guy we went to school with, Keith Neal, son was roommates with Ashton Jeanty at Boise.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
What y'all don't know is Ashton played wide receiver in high school, bro.
He can play pass catches out the backfield.
Excellent out the backfield. If you catch the Raiders going empty and they put a linebacker on this kid, ooh baby, ooh baby. That's all I can say.
But did you like with the? I feel like with Jeanty too. I feel like he's one of those guys that can. He's a patient runner. He's a patient runner once he finds like that hole to exploit. And I feel like with the right blocking, he can really put on.
1,600 yards after contact, right?
It's crazy.
After contact. All right. So great pick, the number one guy. Anybody want to? You want me to just keep going?
What I was gonna say is like I love seeing stories like this. You remind me of one of my partners. I mean, he's probably sick now, but one of my young partners from my all growing sports chat back in the day. He was a big Luka fan, and was also a Dallas Mavericks fan. And he was telling me about Luka long before he got into the NBA, saying this kid's gonna be generational. This is the next LeBron. Like he was like just going off the rails. And I'm looking at the highlights and I'm like, nigga, what is you talking about? Like, I didn't see whatever it was that he saw. And fast forward a couple years later, his team ends up getting a guy that he was already raving about for years. So I was like extremely happy for him. And I seen on the Raider Ragu channel, you had a video that did pretty good with views too on Ashton. Where you was talking about him in general anyway, outside of the Raiders type shit. And he ends up falling into your guy's lap. Pause. So, I got that same feeling. That's why I texted you. I got the same feeling I got for my boy when he got Luka as when you got Ashton the other day.
Bro, I text Ragu and Isaiah right after. I was like, all right, come on, that's a damn good first pick. Like, I'm happy for that they got that now because
that was the true definition of F all that needs to get best available. Ashton was the best available at that moment.
And we needed him. And you need
perfect. Yeah, Isaiah. I had to remind Isaiah because this nigga talking about we need another spit more. I said, nigga, do you know your number one back had 500 yards last year? He was
Did he have that many? Yeah. You got that many? I think it was in the 300 something.
It was flirting with 500.
Who was it? Sincere McCormick? Who? Madison?
I think Samir.
Hell nah. No way.
Definitely not Samir.
No way. Nah. I think it was Madison. But yeah. So then the next pick, this is when I gotta give Spytech some props. So we saw the pick at 37. But he traded back and got that 98 and 99, those picks. He traded back twice. So we ended up going 58 and got the guy Jack Best out of TCU. A real tough guy. Reminds me of Puka, to be honest with you. I got Puka and I get a little Hines Ward off this guy when watching him.
My bad, Ragu. Y'all had between 500-600 overall. So y'all had 5 something overall as a team.
Yeah. That
was the number.
The leading rusher, 300 something yards, bro. I'm telling you. It was horrible. So Jack Best, I think, has an opportunity, man, to be a great possession receiver, tough guy, makes the tough catches, contested catches in the red zone, over the middle catches for chain movers. This guy, Jack Best. Then, if you watch the Raider Ragu channel, this is the pick that I called, the 3rd round pick. I said, I know Petey likes this guy because he's a big corner. And after I watched him run 4.3 at the combine, I said, yeah, Petey, this is our guy. Spytech, this is our guy. I knew it. And then I also went on to say that he wasn't going to get past the 3rd round at pick number 68. And God damn it,
he didn't make it 5 picks.
Hold up, Ragu.
Number 68.
Ragu, real quick. You cannot have a name called Spytech and not execute in the draft like this.
Right.
Bro, you gotta put some shit. You gotta make some shit shake, bro.
That's a disgrace.
And then you come back after that
Spytech
with one of the picks that you gained for trading back, and you get probably the 4th best lineman in the draft. And Caleb Rogers, the offensive tackle, the big fella, 6'5", 312 from Texas Tech. Then, this is something people knew about Spytech. He liked the small school linemen. So what do? We get the best one in the draft from William and Mary, Charles Grant, the big tackle. He's going to need some developing. He might play inside in the league, but he's going to be a player.
Did you have him on your mock draft, Ragu?
I did, bro.
I thought you did. Okay.
Then perhaps the biggest one of the, Genty was huge and so was Porter. But at 108, they got Dante Thornton from Tennessee. 6'5", speedster, ran a 4.3 at the combine. Went and got him at number 108. Then they went to the big guys. Tonka Hemingway, D tackle from University of South Carolina. Then an old piss, not for real, old miss. JJ Pegues is interesting because when I'm looking at him, they flash on the screen 7 touchdowns. I'm like, what the fuck? And then they put this guy at the fullback and some direct snaps on the goal line. So look, a team that couldn't score when they got down there. If you watch the Raiders, that was our problem. We get down there and then can't fucking score. We got to kick a field goal. What do? We get the guy, Jack Best, that can make contested catches in space. And then we get this big dude that's going to, we going to lead block him for Ashton. And then we also going to give this kid the rock down there on the goal line at 6'2", 309. So,
Have you
look what we did.
Have you talked to your little homie yet?
Isaiah?
Yeah.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Then,
you might need to holler at him. He's not too happy right now, so you might need to talk him off the ledge.
I hope he see the show and get talked off the ledge. Tommy Malott.
Because he has
been upset. For Montana State. Look at what the Raiders did right here, bro. If you guys go look at who played in the FCS championship game, it was North Dakota State versus Montana State.
Yep.
The Raiders picked both of the quarterbacks from them two teams. They picked the starting quarterback from Montana and the starting quarterback from North Dakota. The starting quarterback from Montana is going to play receiver in the league. He ran a 4.39. You understand? So we got he's a 6 foot, 208 pound kid that ran a 4.39 that used to play quarterback. All right. So we got us a little slot receiver right there. That's what I think. And then Cam Miller, the running quarterback for North Dakota State. He played with Grace Zabel. So when I'm scouting Grace Zabel, I see this Cam Miller kid running all over the place. So we got us a kind of a runaround suit type of a QB, bro, that'll pull that thing down, pause, and go get some yards. So yeah, he's a project. We drafted him 215. If he makes it, good. If he don't make it, we don't lose anything. You understand? And then the dude, Cody Lindenberg, I don't really know much about him. Pick number 222 from the University of Minnesota. 6'2", 236, off-ball linebacker. We'll see. Yeah, he's a hoop.
We may not be saying who in a few months.
And then we got a couple guys undrafted free agent stuff pretty good, too.
See, Isaiah, there's some positive.
A cornerback from the University of Kansas, Mello. Look out for him to make the team.
All right, so talk to me, fellas. What's
so
our grade
for the Raiders?
What's our grade for the Vegas Raiders?
I'll give him a B.
What? I just broke down. You gave that a B. Let me see. The only thing that was given a B.
Squad a B.
I get a Raiders A. I get a Raiders an A because I love the coach. And I was gonna say, Ragu, it sounds like Uncle Petey's coaching in the draft. See, you other coaches need to watch Uncle Petey. He has a philosophy. Raiders are gonna be damn good. I'm gonna give y'all 10 wins this season too, right?
Wow.
The Raiders made
it finally.
Yeah, we got the predictions on still, but hey, I'm with you, coach.
I love what Petey did. I love what he did. I'm giving him an A. I like the moves he made. He went and got that big backer. He just said way down the line. He didn't get in. See, you seen in the war room? Hoodies, coach's gear.
Yeah.
Have on the fancy suits and
we still got to see what y'all talking about that receiver first.
Who?
10 wins. The Vegas guys. Yeah.
You see it right here. We talk about Jacoby Myers and Bob Bowers and this kid Dante
Bowers. Yeah, I mean,
and Jack Best.
Bowers gonna do
That's
what
what
he
we.
do.
Hey,
and
man.
Myers is gonna do what he do. And
Still
then
have
these two
free
kids
agency
are gonna do what they do.
you got a little free agency, couple of
It's a little different when you go from receiver 2 and 3 to the number 1 receiver.
Hey man, Uncle
He
Petey's
was number 1 after Devontae left.
One thing they're gonna do, they're gonna stop the ball.
We're gonna knock the shit out you too. We got a hard hitting team.
Are you ready for the Chiefs?
You might be able to pass on us this year, but you're not gonna run. And when we do catch up to you, we're gonna knock the shit out.
So that Dobbins fit from last year, that's fit over with. That type of them type of games.
Yeah, Petey don't play that.
It'll be Najee this time, but
so Dobbins wasn't bad, bro. He had a really one long run that made his stats extra out, but other guys ran on us. Diamonds, I wasn't really worried about. But speaking of the Chargers, and we got to get to them.
They did
a
good
great
on their
job, too.
secondary.
Yeah, they did a great job in the draft.
Everyone.
I guess it's hard for me to even say it, but
I know
man,
they must have
The
did good. You
AFC
saying
West. The
Hey
AFC
man, look who's
West.
coaching the team. You got to look at Petey's a coach. He did great. Harbaugh did.
Hardball.
coaches, man.
And what's crazy is even Tiz put on his Instagram, he was like, every position that we needed was filled.
Oh yeah, hey Tizzy, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if y'all gonna read it to him, but yeah, one of the basketball guys, he was talking crazy about the ratings when y'all niggas ain't here.
Oh, Ragu, you need to get him to be on the show when
That
you're
nigga-
here, bro. You owe him a receipt.
We got a Chargers fan, but he ain't done a football episode yet.
oh wow, all right.
All right, let's go.
I was just looking at my podcast stats, and that the 63-point Explosion podcast is one of my best downloaded podcasts. So that's especially for you, my man. What's his name?
Tizzy.
Oh, Tiz.
Tizzy, yeah. Why don't you go check that out, man, on Spotify. 63-point Explosion is the name of it.
He brought that up. He said they was trying to get their coach fired, so he was cool with it.
Yeah, that's because grown men do that. Grown men that don't know if they're going to have a job next year or not, they do that type shit. Yeah, right.
JETS, Jets.
I had to sing along too.
We got Armand Mimble, Mason Taylor out of LSU, Isaiah Thomas. Okay.
Yeah.
Born out of Florida State. I did good on that. Arian Smith out of Georgia. Malachi Moore out of Alabama.
Malachi Moore.
Francisco Magoa out of Miami. And Tyler Barron out of Miami. What we giving the Jets?
About 4 who's.
Yeah, that's about a deep minus for me.
I'm just keeping it 1,000, bro.
That's a D minus, and that's being nice.
This is one of them organizations, bro. They just. What's my man name on the movie Life? They just can't get right, bro. Armand Mimble is a solid pick.
I was about to say he was him and the second pick were the only ones that I really were like, all right. But after that,
Bro, Mason Taylor at 42. Man, what?
And you got a tight end.
Come on, New York.
I wouldn't even know big need like that.
And you know what's messed up too? A few days ago, they posted the NFL draft from 1995 with the Jets pick, and they weren't happy about that. Some of their selections either.
When the last time they were happy with a pick?
It's the same shit. 30 years later, it's the same shit.
It's the same shit. That's why I thought that was crazy how when you said that, besides that first pick, I was like, man, y'all, once again, had more faith just to...
So it looks like every other pick was decent. So how do you grade a team like that? So
that's a C or C minus.
It's only...
Well, you said decent, so I guess D.
Yeah, because only one of those decent ones is an A. All right. So at 73, you're able to get us R.E.A. Thomas, who could have went a little higher than that. So, I mean, they didn't even really give him props for getting Mimble, but I'll give him props for Mimble because I don't want Justin to feel like he got to run for his life. So getting somebody to block for him is a good thing.
Right.
Mason Taylor, they totally whiffed on that pick. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Azarie Thomas on the third pick, that was a good one. Arian Smith, bro, I mean, he went to Georgia, and I'm like, bro, still. And then Malachi Moore was a solid pick, the safety from Bama. And then Francisco Mayoga. Huh?
They just lost Mosley, man. They trying to get somebody.
It was somebody else they could have got, bro. And shout out to Jay Will. Tyler Barron. There's a ton of edge guys in this draft.
Oh, Jay
If you
Will
got a
said
guy,
I forgot who it was, but Jay Will said y'all drafted his cousin or something.
we did.
Yeah. Let me go back to the chat. But yeah, he said y'all drafted his cousin. I believe it was a corner.
The only corner we got is Darian Porter. That's his cousin.
I'm about to double check so I don't get to lying on niggas.
But I like Malachi Moore and I like Tyler Brand. So every other pick for them was good. And they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. So every other one, 1, 2, 3, 4. C plus. C plus for the Jets.
Y'all drafted his cousin Saturday, so
Saturday, so it must be Darian Porter. Oh,
yeah.
Saturday. No, that was in the later rounds.
Yeah.
So who's his cousin?
Yeah, he didn't say his name. He just because we was both waiting on our cousins to get drafted. But yeah, y'all got his people. He'll tell you whenever y'all let you.
Yeah, I'm wondering who that is, man.
All right, let's go. Coach, did you give Jets a grade?
C.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Carolina. What we giving Carolina? We got Lord have mercy.
T-Mac, man.
T-Mac out of
Arizona.
Arizona. Nick Scorton out of Texas.
McMillan.
Princely, not even to try his last name. Princely out of Mississippi, edge rusher.
Umar Malin. Princely Umar Malin.
Okay. Trevor Etienne out of Georgia. Lathan Ransom out of Ohio State. Cam Jackson out of Florida.
Yeah.
Mitchell Evans out of Notre Dame. Jimmy Horn out of Colorado.
Oh, they got Jimmy Horn, so they got Ransom.
What grade we giving Panthers?
Bro, I damn near failed my first team.
Honestly, I'll give him a. Damn, that's a.
He was phased. He didn't care about the threats. He was never afraid of anything.
Let's talk about the first pick. All right.
I'm just gonna go C. I'm gonna say C.
Struck the deal.
C or C minus?
No, I'm gonna go C minus.
Xavier Legette last year.
Yeah, Jimmy.
They got a couple more receivers. I don't know. Maybe this is just telling Bryce, okay, we giving you every opportunity to succeed. But I really feel like they could have went with like a top flight edge rusher right here at this first pick instead of going with T-Mac. They got a good one in Scourton, though. So they did come back in there and get a good one. And then they got another edge rusher. And both of those guys were on my radar. Travis's brother, Trevor.
Yeah, you had McMillan on your mod.
They, that's good, man. They just paid Chuba, right? So they need another guy. I'll give these guys a C, man. Minus.
You muted, Coach.
Yeah, that's all you can get these lower guys here. Get through these guys because they just was on the board for nothing. I don't, like maybe two guys for the Carolina Panthers, man. Come on.
Yeah, Scourton and Princely. Those are good picks. T-Mac's going to be a good player, but I don't think they needed him.
Saints.
Who that?
Who that said they going to beat them? Say. They took, okay, let's go. So Kelvin Banks Jr., Tyler Show.
Oh, Tyler Show.
Vernon Broughton out of Texas. Jonas Sanker. Danny Stutzman. Quincy Riley. Devin Neal. Maliki Matavo. Mudavile, and Fidel Diggs. I know I'm butchering these niggas' names. My apologies.
Hey, and that's for half of their picks. Half of their picks are rules. Hey, and you know what? As the first disrespect of Shadeur,
I knew you weren't gonna be able to help it. You said don't talk about it. No.
all right. Well, that number 40 pick, Tyler Shaw, that was the first disrespect of Shadeur. So I'm giving these dudes a D. Not the D. Paul.
I was about to say. This thing got me hot. I gotta take my shirt off.
Hey, listen. Ragu, you're on today, dog. Look, you are perfectly correct. This is where all of the BS started.
Yep.
When you picked Tyler Shaw, did you guys? Let me tell you this. Did you guys see the throw he made at the NFL, James?
Yes, I did. I absolutely did.
Take this guy. Two boo team.
Hey, wait a minute though, Coach. Whoever put that throw on the internet, that was fun.
That was big time. I like that. Now that's what you got to show.
Made some better throws than that, but that was like, hey, y'all picked Shadeur over this? I mean, y'all picked this dude over Shadeur?
That wasn't the only one too. They had a couple plays out there.
Hey, look, NFL didn't want that to get out. They will not let nobody on the field with a camera no more.
Dre, what you giving the? He ain't even here. Dre, what you giving the Saints?
C.
Why is C?
I just like. For me, it was mainly the Jimmy Horn pick and the McMillan one. I like that they added those additions. That is the only reason why I gave them that low C. But outside of that,
Devin Neal at 184 was a good pick, JT, but not enough to bring them out of the D category.
Bro,
it's that 40th pick for you, huh?
You go get Shadeur and he's throwing to Horn again. Come on, man.
It was right there, huh?
Make it make sense,
man. It was right there.
Shit.
He said make it make sense, and they couldn't.
All right, let's go Shot-Town.
Okay. And I think it was, what's his name, Seth Rollins that did their pick.
Shot-Town did some all right work.
We got Colston Loveland out of Michigan. Luther Burden.
I know they got
Burden was a good pick.
Ozzie Trapillo.
They got some receivers, little fast dudes.
Shamar Turner. Ruben Hyperlight II. Za Frazier. Luke Newman. Kyle Monangai.
I'm like, Chicago did some work.
Hey, Chicago put in their work, man. I get Chicago a little A.
That's all to Ryan Powell.
They
Ryan.
They went and got their linemen. They went and got the receivers. Caleb could throw to. They filled the needs. Caleb, you're on the clock, buddy.
For the tight end with the first pick, though, y'all was cool with that?
He needed that.
But I'm going to say I did question
you don't like Kmet
because of Cole Kmet. But what you got to do is when stuff like that happens, you got to immediately go to the contract language of that player that's there. And I think this is Paul Kmet's last year of his deal. They don't have to pay him after this.
Gotcha.
And then they come back and get what I thought was the second best wide receiver in the entire draft. So, and then they come back and get somebody at 56 to block what they got. So, and then they got a combine sensation in Shamar Turner, right? The workout warrior. The hype.
Damn, they had 3 second-round picks?
I don't know who he was. I didn't have a grade on him, but Za Frazier. Texas San Antonio corner, big corner. He was on my radar, Fame. I'm sure Petey took a long look at him at 6'3", 186.
They follow from
And
Burns.
then you said who on this Kyle Monangai guy, but that's his little Ashton Genty light from Rutgers. From Rutgers, bro.
They said he was another DJ Moore. They already got DJ Moore. They said he was another one. So now you got flyers up the field with the tight end you just got. That tight end. Now Caleb don't have to do no more run around Sue. Just get the ball out your hands.
You know what it is too? The Bears have been watching the Ray Ragu show. They've been watching the No Big Deal. They've been watching the All Grind Sports show, and they are getting sick and tired of us saying the same.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, I went hard on Chicago last year.
Ryan Paul,
and you know what that is? You know what they
these
did?
guys be saying, man.
You know what they
Ryan,
did?
listen this time.
Instead of
Shout out to you, Ryan.
Instead of complaining and doing all that, they said, you know what? All right. I'm getting sick of hearing this all the time, so let's do something about it.
I mean, Chicago kind of. When the last time they was really good for real? Like let's be
Hey, it's
honest.
like D said. Listen. It's like this, guys. What did we just say earlier about if you get them number one picks? You shouldn't be getting the number one no more.
Exactly.
They got their number one last.
Jacksonville.
Jets. What he do? He build around that dude.
Carolina.
Yeah, I was about to say, Chicago and Carolina were the ones that really needed the Lions. Why didn't Carolina look at?
And let me just before we move
Chicago
on,
and be like,
JC,
damn, why didn't we do that?
I want to stress the Zoff Frazier, Luke Newman, Kyle Monangai picks at 169, 195, 233. Bro, they were still in there working in that war room in Chicago, bro. They was at work. Everybody else might have went home.
Yeah.
These dudes was at work. So yeah, man, A for them, man. I almost gonna give them an A plus, but I'm gonna just say A.
To the same coach, I assume.
I'm gonna give them a B plus. I'm gonna give them a B plus. They answered all of their calls.
Jay?
I gave them an A. They got their what did Coach Babe say at the beginning of the show? They got what they needed.
Yeah. All right, Coach. It's
It's
your turn. I don't know if you want me to still run them down or if you remember all you guys.
Do what you do. We gonna keep it rolling.
All right, let's go. So for the SF Niners, as you can see, our very own is here with the background. I hate that team, but I love that background, man. I can't get enough of that. So we got Michael Williams at the
Michael.
Is Michael or Mike?
It's Michael.
Michael Williams.
Williams
Out of Georgia.
Oh, and he's pretty good.
We got Alfred Collins out of Texas. Nick Martin out of Oklahoma State. Upton Stout out of Western Kentucky, corner. CJ West out of Indiana. Jordan Watkins out of Mississippi. Jordan James out of Oregon. Marcus Sigel? I don't know. I don't know.
Might be C.
You know his last name, Coach?
Nope.
All right, so who? Curtis Rourke out of Indiana. Connor Colby out of Iowa. And Junior Bergen out of Montana.
So here, we addressed the
Got a
need.
lot of picks, Coach.
You guys I like the Kobe pick.
We slipped in there and got a couple of linemen and D linemen, but I like our first three picks. I'm satisfied with the first three.
Okay.
Hey guys, the rest of you guys, you do have to prove yourselves. Okay. First three picks, I think Lynch, Robert Saleh, you got in there with Birdman and let him know like we need defense over offense. You got rid of your offense. Now we're gonna stick with this defensive side of the ball. And I think we did some good things. I think we grabbed too many defensive linemen in the draft, but we do have some free agency picks and stuff like that that's gonna match with what we did. So overall, I'll give us like a B minus. Why do I say a B minus? The first three I like. I don't like we didn't get no safety, no corners, No big guys like D was saying, those rangy, long strides, those 4-3, 4-4 guys. We got to be able to run with receivers in the league. That was our problem on the back end last year. And then we messed up.
Marcus Siegel is a corner and is a safety, and Upton Stout is a corner. So.
Yeah, Upton is the smaller 5'8" and some quarter they had on the draft board. And then the safety guy, I think he's going to work out real well. I mean, it's not for me to say I like that pick way down there because you way down there. So I would like to go up in there and get that Florida State guy or that Penn State safety. Those are the guys, or that Georgia safety. Give me some of them meat and potato guys. Line up, man. And we didn't do that, so that's why I give us a B, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as far as off that draft, my bad, you can't see me. Off that draft, I gave it a B minus just strictly because you said it before I can, and that was the simple fact that your back end had a real issue keeping up with speedy receivers. So, my bad. Thank you, Ragu. Appreciate you. Good to have you back. Good to have you back.
Yeah, you good.
But no, at the end of the day, like Fame said, like Coach Fame said, they couldn't keep up with with quick receivers. So now they've adjusted that and addressed that issue.
No, we didn't. We didn't address it. That's why we don't get an A. We addressed it to interior. Now we got the edge over there. We got a 2.
You're sitting
1 and 2. 1 and 3 techs. We got a backer. So we should be solid in that box now. That's our number one goal with Robert Saleh.
I don't think that's been a problem in like damn near 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
No. Check this here, young fellas. We was getting ran on yesterday. Last year we couldn't stop the run.
Y'all was beat up.
Look, we wasn't beat up. We didn't have nobody over there.
And y'all lost. Greenlaw was hurt. Armstead left. Bosa missed some games.
Buckner was not in there. Listen, we last year we didn't have a D line to stop nobody. And then on the back end, we couldn't run like he was saying, we couldn't run with receivers. So to go get a 5'8" receiver, we already got Diamador. You see what I'm saying? Why not go get some guys that are 6 foot something and that can
so you giving them a B just based on the first 3 picks.
That's it.
All right.
First 3, and we got Robert Saleh.
All right.
I didn't go yet.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Ragu.
Come on, Ragu. Give it to hey, Ragu. Tell me where I'm missing it at.
All right, Coach. So the past 2 months of my life, I have been immersed in the draft and the prospects and all that. And
since college started,
I keep saying who as I go down this list of draft people, bro. Michael, I could see that one, that he was a top rated guy. However, 24th overall rated prospect that you guys picked at 11. So I can't really give you like real serious props for that one, right? And then Alfred Collins, the next guy, overall 65. They picked him at 43. Nick Martin, who Fame said he was happy with, the off-ball linebacker from Oklahoma State. It's the 199th rated prospect that y'all picked at 75.
I'm with you. If
He's
a guy, he's a guy.
All of these guys, except 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th pick that you got, C.J. West. That dude at Indiana, the D tackle from Indiana, he's a guy. He is definitely a guy. And getting him at 113, with him being the 58th ranked prospect overall, that was a solid pick. But other than that, bro, Lynch must know. You guys in scouting department must know some shit that Everybody else don't know. That's all I'm saying.
So that being said, what's your grade?
The little guy from Western Kentucky playing corner. Yeah. See?
So here's why I agree with D real quick, JC and Dre. I told you that dude wasn't big. That safety 5'11", bro. This corner is 5'8".
5'8".
Like, so what do we gotta do with these dudes, bro?
Yeah, I don't. And they're not high rated guys either.
And I
So
don't-
these are just guys that you guys. It was like you guys had a set of guys you were gonna pick, and you just picked them.
And and I don't mean to bring this up again, but considering all the talks and murmurs with the Purdy contract situation, I thought y'all would take a flyer on Shadeur as well if he became available. Y'all.
For real,
I thought it was a possibility.
brother. Ain't none of us succeeded over there.
Kyler was solid over there.
Here's my other thing. We went and took two receivers.
Yeah.
I don't get it, bro. Why waste a draft with receivers? Go and get some polished guys in the free agency. But right now, get these big corners and safeties and outside backers to replace Greenlaw. I like the Indiana pick D. Yeah, he was another guy. Now that I see my thing. Like we got an O-line from Iowa, Connor Colby. And then we went and got the quarterback from Indiana. Like,
linemen from the University of Iowa are usually good.
Right. That's what I said. We got him. So, like I say, the Marquise guy, running back from Oregon, and the wide receiver,
The D tackle from Indy.
the little corner man was not the dude from Oklahoma State is the truth. Now
Nick Martin,
put it up
the
Oklahoma
linebacker.
State. He wasn't a highly recruited guy. He get after the ball, baby. You look at those highlights of him, he gets after it. But yeah, I gave him a BJC because it's my team. I would have gave him a C just to go on record and being real. I would have gave him a C just like my main man.
Y'all have scouted these guys way more than I have. So you like it, I love it.
Yeah, I gave him a C.
We're going down to Dallas.
Ragu's been scouting these guys since week 1 of the college season.
What grade we giving the Cowboys, gentlemen? Hold on, I'll run the players now. So we got Tyler Booker with the first pick, Donovan Raku from Boston College, edge rusher.
As a Ruku, I believe, JC, that's what we've been calling him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Siobhan Rebel from East Carolina, Jaden Blue out of Texas, Shamar James out of Florida, Ajani Cornelius out of Oregon, Jay Toya from UCLA, Phil Maffei out of Clemson, and Tommy King Besto out of Maryland. I don't know.
Yeah, that guy, whatever his name is. Yeah.
What grade we giving Dallas?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'll start off. You gonna go, Frank? Go ahead, Frank.
Yeah, I'm gonna go jump up there, man. They did good, man. I ain't gonna lie, Dallas did good, man. They really got the pieces they needed. They especially with the the first pick with the guard, they addressed the lineman need. They addressed the edge.
Because Zach just retired, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But they still was kind of wounded up front. So they addressed that immediately with the guard. And then they went and got the edge rusher to compare with Parsons so he can hold it down. You know what I'm saying?
That's Ragu boy right there.
So I mean, and everything after that, man. D, this is what you was talking
What's
about.
up, Micah?
This is what you talking about right here. Look, every pick after that, dog, has played solid ball in college. Every pick, not no Western Kentucky, corner 5'8", none of that.
He didn't like that pick, y'all. Coach didn't like that pick from the Niners. Hey, but I'm with Coach on this one, man. Usually a little bit of Cowboy hate. You know, I like to do it just to kind of mess with the fans. But Tyler Booker was like the highest rated guard I had. Ezra Ruku was top 10 edge rush. Siobhan Ravel, big corner that'll knock the shit out you from East Carolina. Thirsty. Jaden Blue, the fast running back from University of Texas. And then, you know, Shamar James, I didn't know much about him, but Johnny Cornelius, the guard from Oregon, I scouted him. These guys got solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, bro. And that's all of it. No, they had more picks. Okay, so the rest of the guys, you know, when you get to 217 on down, they may or may not work, and that's cool. But from 204 all the way back up, dude, all them picks are good, man. Cowboys did.
I don't mean to do nothing.
Fantastic.
You see, I just want to throw this in to make it sweet. Bro, D said from 204 all the way back to the first pick at 12, right? Solid, competition, right? Now watch. Undrafted Asians, bro. No small schools until they get to the bottom. Stephen F. Austin in Eastern Kentucky. A junior DB and a corner. I mean, a DB and a corner they got from Austin. Hey, man, everybody on the undrafted, Kentucky, Oregon, Texas Tech, Auburn, huge, Virginia. They're on the undrafted free agency board. The other guys are all D1 competition guys. Now, you telling me we had to go to Western Kentucky to get a corner?
You did not.
My bad.
And I give him an A because, like you said, I like that first selection. Like Ragu said, highest guard coming into the draft, and
the first three dudes start. The first three dudes are going to start for the Cowboys.
Yeah, no, they definitely added. They added pieces where it was needed the most. So.
And then Jaden Blue and Shamar James are going to play.
Isaiah Bond is going to play. The receiver from Texas.
They got Bond?
Yeah.
Texas. What do you mean?
I don't see that.
Get drafted?
They got Vernon.
They signed him.
The D line from Texas. They kept home. They kept their babies home, man.
Man, Jaden Blue. So they got a few Longhorns on there, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, they got Isaiah Bond. That's crazy.
Bond didn't get drafted?
Bro, they got Blue and Bond.
Bond was signed as an undrafted free agent thing? Isaiah Bond? Isaiah Bond
went round 3, 76 pick.
No, they said
that's Siobhan Ravel.
Man, this say Isaiah Bond.
That's another team. What team you looking at?
Dallas.
Isaiah Bond.
They said they took Siobhan Ravel, corner at
East Carolina. So the DB from East Carolina. Big guy, 6'2", 194.
Vernon who?
He'll hit you. Siobhan Ravel Jr.
At round 3, pick 76?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is Dallas right here, bro.
I don't know what okie doke you over there looking at.
Hey, look, the first pick is Tyler Booker. First pick is Tyler Booker, guard from Bama, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Second pick is Donovan Roosico.
And the third pick is Jaden Blue.
No.
Fourth pick is
that
Jaden
was the
Blue.
fifth pick.
Oh, that's
fifth round pick.
Because they didn't have no other picks. They had a second round and a fifth pick, and the fifth pick had 2 fifth picks.
They didn't have no. What they didn't have a third?
They went back. They third. They went back. So that's why y'all got the.
Oh, they still got him here.
Yeah, they
still
back.
got him on the squad.
They got Isaiah Bond from Texas, bro. They went back. and they got another 5th rounder
Let
burning
me
for
look on here.
Texas. Nigga, they got Texas on this shit.
Round 3, 76.
I got Siobhan.
Yeah, even on the NFL, so it still say it say the trade backs because they got Travis as the second to the Jag.
Yeah, the trade back, man. He on there. Round 5. They had like 4 picks in round 5. And Isaiah Bond, they had him as the 3rd pick. But he really probably a 5th pick. Yeah, he probably a 5th pick, huh? But y'all don't got him on there. I got Sherman James at what?
Isaiah Bond went undrafted, coach, so I think they signed him.
Oh, okay. They might look.
Yeah, he didn't get drafted.
Oh, okay. But then they got the undrafted shit down there.
Yeah, he went undrafted. So they must have picked him up. They must have signed him.
Rayshawn
I
Holden.
can't believe he went undrafted. Wow.
But what grades y'all giving them, OGs? Try to keep it rolling.
I give him a B plus because of the Cowboys. I would have gave him an A, but to the Cowboys.
So yeah, I'm not in the NFC. But it is the Cowboys. Yeah, I'm gonna give them a B plus.
Hey, Dre, you gave him an A, right?
Yeah, but damn, they're making me want to change that shit.
It would be an A if it wasn't the Cowboys. It's an A. You're right, Dre. You're being professional, Dre.
I'm giving them an A.
Being petty. Me and Coach being petty.
All right, let's go MIA, yo.
The team we won't watch.
Absolutely. I know I ain't.
Yeah, Isaiah got a little salt this last month, huh?
He got in trouble.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Salt. That's what happened.
Oh, that's the one that had the case?
Yeah, he got a little what it say, sexual.
Yeah, I heard him. Yeah, I heard about him. I didn't know that was him, but yeah, that's why. But he'll be playing come September. All right, let's go Miami, man. First pick, Kenneth Grant out of Michigan.
Damn, they got Kenneth Grant.
Jonah.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't he on your mock?
The guard out of Arizona. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
Jordan Phillips out of Maryland. Jason Marshall Jr. out of Florida, corner. Dante Trader Jr. out of Maryland, safety. Ollie Gordon II out of Oklahoma State. Quinn Ewers out of Texas. Sure, we all know that guy. And Zeke Biggers out of Georgia Tech.
What was this we talking about now?
This is Miami. Yeah.
I'll jump in there.
They got a few good picks.
I loved the Jonah Savianea kid. I thought the Raiders might could get him.
Kenneth Grant.
They traded with us. That's our 37th pick. So we traded back with them, and they got Jonah.
Damn.
So that's a good pick because Tua, we know. So,
it's not
Kenneth Grant. I like Kenneth Grant was the running buddy to Mason Graham, right? Mason Graham was the prize of the Michigan defensive line, and then this guy was his running buddy. So that's a solid pick. Those first two guys.
But as far as that,
not as high. Hold on, not as high on the other guys though. Hold on.
yeah, I was gonna say those first two picks, especially Kenneth Grant, man, that he is so effective, and he's a momentum shifter, I think, too, in my eyes. So I'm excited to see what he does on the field this year.
Who's the backup in Miami?
For what?
It wasn't Skylar Thompson, right?
Quarterback.
Let me double check.
It was Thompson last year.
Oh, they got Quinn. They got Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, I heard he lost a lot of money by going to the league instead of taking one more year with the NIL.
Yeah, still him and Skylar.
What you think about that, Coach? I know you've been on a tour, press tour.
He got a call from the Manny guy. Well, Manny transferred, right?
No, he's still there.
Oh, we got that call from the upper.
He lost a lot, but they offered him bread, so clearly they was. I mean, maybe they, Landon probably was going to transfer if he came back, but
Quinn went in round 7.
yep.
Quinn went in round
I
7.
think he could have had an $8 million deal, and now he's getting like $400 a year, something like that, for the next 4 years.
Way to go, NIL. You other people that's connected, you got something that you're fucking up well for the NFL.
Yeah, I've been seeing you on your press tour, man. You've been preaching. What grade you giving these guys, man?
Miami?
Yeah.
I think they should have got a lineman.
I'm giving him a D. Pause.
Damn.
Pause.
And pause.
I'm gonna give him a C.
Bro, cut that out, JC.
C minus C.
We'll
Yeah,
get
they didn't go get the protect the kid, man. You need to go get interior.
You need to not play.
Right. Then everybody won't be on eggshells watching the game.
Exactly. We'll get Ragu's grade when he get back.
Throw Skylar Thompson in. He can be he could be the next Super Bowl winning quarterback.
I wish Jay Will was here because he wanted this guy before the draft started.
Which one?
Tyler Warren.
Oh, that's right. He did.
So we're going to the coach. So we got Tyler Warren, JT Tamalo out of Ohio State. It's your team, Jerry.
Tamalu.
Yeah.
Tamalu. There you go.
Justin Wally out of Minnesota. Jalen Travis out of Iowa State. DJ Giddens out of Kansas State. Riley Leonard, quarterback from Notre Dame. Tim Smith out of Alabama. And Hunter Waller out of Wisconsin. What grade we giving the coach?
The coach.
I would go a low. Oh, that's tough. I like the Tyler Warren pick because that's definitely a need that was something that they needed. What was his first name again? JC from Ohio State.
JT.
JT, there you go. And he's pretty good. To me, he's more like a possession type receiver. He can, if you need him to get you 3 yards, he'll go out and give you, 5-6. If it's third down and you just need that 1 yard for the first down, he'll go out there and get you that first down. So he's one of those receivers that rotates in and out too.
Who you talking about?
JT.
That's an edge rusher.
I mean edge rusher. Sorry, he's I'm sorry. I'm thinking of two different. No, he's one of those that can get in your face. He can get to he knows how to bully the defender. I mean, he knows how to bully the opposing offensive lineman to get to the backfield. He can snuff out the run. I think too, for a quarterback, if you're a guy who is learning or still holds the ball too long, learn how to get it out quick. Pause, because if he's only going to need about 2-3 seconds to get in the backfield. He's a rusher. And look, the number one thing too is if he can't get the sack, other than getting a QB knockdown or a hurry, he can get past deflections. He knows how to time the QB's throw and get that as well. So he finds ways to contribute. Outside of that, though, there's a few players that I'm like that I'm not too familiar with. So I think that's why I'm giving them a low C.
Okay. Coach, you gave him a grade or am I tripping?
I'm coming.
Okay. Well,
Damn.
Hey man, you wait, listen. I'm gonna have to talk to y'all off the air, man. Tickled you, Dre. What the fuck's up, homie?
No, it's something JC and Marv, not JC, it's something Marv has started.
Yeah, y'all crazy with it.
Ragu, we need the Miami grade. We on the Colts now, but we need the Miami grade.
Oh, love the Ollie Gordon at 179.
Got Tamalu from Ohio State, the edge.
Also love Quinn Ewers down there at 231.
Miami.
And then the Jonah pick.
For sure didn't know that I turned it in already.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, bro. I'm gonna give him a B minus, bro. B minus for Miami.
I'm bad. You gave him a better grade than these niggas. And then we on Colts. Do you need me to run down the players, or you got it in front of you?
Colts. I got it.
Well, they got Tamalu.
Love the Tyler Warren pick.
Yeah, Jay Will wanted him before the draft, so I know he happy right now.
Yeah, he did. He said that. I think he's on my. We did a show and he said that. DJ Giddings, I love. Jalen Travis is a solid pick, the offensive tackle from Iowa State. The Iowa State kids are always usually ready to play football when they get to the league. Like Brock Purdy being picked as Mr. Irrelevant and come in and start in the Super Bowl. So with those, DJ Giddens, Jalen Travis, and Tyler Warren. So 3. I'm gonna give him a B. I'm gonna give him a B. I want to say minus, man. I'm gonna have to give him a B minus. But I do like the Tyler Warren pick and the other one. What was the other one?
That kid must be the business, because I done heard that name a lot in these last few weeks.
He is pretty live, man. And Jalen Travis, DJ Giddens, I like all of those. Yeah.
You ready yet, Coach?
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, that says it a lot. And hear you say that, JC, about you've been hearing his name. The kid is a spark plug. Like, he like the little 4th of July, you sparkle. Like, he brings everything to offense that an offensive coordinator will want. And I don't know how the Jets, that's why I gave the Jets so low. The Jets should have took him to help their new quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Well,
They took a different tight end, right?
I know, but they should have took him.
Yeah.
He can give you 2 positions if you pay him right. You know what I'm
He
saying?
can block too.
He can block, he can throw, he can catch, he can run. Yeah, he'll truck you too. He'll truck you too. Like,
He will go through.
Like some Taysom Hill type split.
yeah, Taysom Hill to white collar for him. He out there with thing busting down the trees type.
Yeah.
He out there on some lumberman boots. Hey, he's a good kid. Then he got the soft hands. Like when he got defense on him, he got a soft hand. He'll go up and get it on you. He dogged SC. That's why I can tell you about him.
Yeah.
The coach made some moves with the other picks that they had too. It's good. I like that they addressed some of their needs. So I'm gonna give them a B+ too.
Nice. Okay. So Jay Will team some love today, huh?
Yep, that's that's second home for me.
Penn State? Oh, you talking about Indiana? Yeah.
Coach.
Yeah, you did a show from out there before with us.
Yeah.
I think it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Get a show in the nap town, baby. Shout out to that.
All right, let's go Atlanta. The clowns, the real clown.
I'm giving you mine right now. No disrespect to none of the players, but your organization, I'm giving you a D. I mean, I'm not knocking none of you players because y'all got your lives ahead of you. But your organization that you're dealing with, be very careful.
Yeah. So we going Jalen Walker with the first pick out of Georgia. James Pierce out of Tennessee. Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame. Billy Bowman out of Oklahoma. Jack Nelson out of Wisconsin.
Who is it, JC?
This is Atlanta. The Atlanta Clowns.
All right, let me see. Pull these guys up.
Metro Atlanta grade D.
No,
He's not ready. He's given a objective grade. I feel you though.
Falcons.
Yeah, coach said F all that with them niggas, and I feel them.
Jalen Walker.
They actually did great for the Rams. We got 2 first-round picks next year because of them.
They got rid of the coach too, right?
Where's all these guys' picks at? They
got
traded
five,
them all away?
5 picks.
That's crazy.
They traded. I think they was trading them probably.
And they got rid of the coach.
They gave us 2 second-round picks, I believe, and we got a first for next year. And a fourth and some other. Yeah, I think they traded a lot of their picks.
And what
Said
was
they
that
traded their
for?
coach.
And what was that for, JC?
Which
What
one?
did they trade you guys that shit for?
So they traded us their second and their fourth, I think, for our and their first for next year, for our first this year and our third this year, I believe, something like that. I have to go look.
So for this Jalen Walker and Xavier Watts guy?
No, not the Walker one, the James Pierce one. The James Pierce and Xavier one, those were our picks. But they gave us another second round and a fourth round and then the first for next year.
I gotta say, man, these first 3 picks are excellent. I can't even front.
Okay.
Jalen Walker, the only thing with him, he's a kind of like a Swiss Army knife guy. I posed the question to the guys. I ask Fame this right now. The Jalen Walker kid from Georgia, when you going through walkthroughs and OTAs, when you first get your guys there after you sign the rookie class, and you line up your defense in base, where are you going to put him?
You have a luxury there, kid. I myself, it's hard to just put him at the mic because see that's where they're gonna run from him if you put him on either side. They're gonna run away from him.
So you saying just put him in the middle?
I gotta put him in the middle so he can make plays.
He
just come downhill.
He can run. He can run.
We had a kid like that, like Akeem Ayers.
But he would be very disruptive in the middle too.
He had about 50. What he had about 50 tackles for losses. He was racking them up. He had about 21 sacks, 19 sacks, somewhere around. And that's when the big fella was at Notre Dame. He came down and talked to him. He had everybody on him. So the senior year, going into that senior year, put him on the right side. It was running. He was getting frustrated. He started cheating, so they reverse on him. He started taking himself out to play. Put you right in this middle. Now you can go downhill, baby, and we went to the CIF championship.
What you giving him, Jay?
Let me give him a C+.
Ragu had some high praise, and I don't think he graded him yet.
Yeah, I'm only giving you guys a D because of your organization. All of you good players they got the first. Well, actually, like D said, the first 3.
Be
careful. Be careful.
Yeah. The first 4 guys.
They got some talent over there.
Oh no, I ain't saying what they got over there. I'm talking about what they got in the draft.
Yeah.
And they got some good players out the draft. That's what I'm saying. They got some good. And I'm not knocking y'all. I will give you a higher thing, but you had the oops in the draft. You had the oops franchise. Terry Fontenot. Terry Fontenot and your new coach. You gave my guy Raheem. What's his name? Raheem.
Damn, and their last Super Bowl before New England was against the 49ers, correct?
Oh,
You said what?
Right, Fame?
Atlanta?
Yeah, outside of versing the Patriots, the last time they were in the Super Bowl besides that was against you guys, correct?
Yes.
I don't even remember them. I don't even remember what you called them.
For tips? For tips? We only got a losing record with Harbaugh lost one. Harbaugh lost one for and the Rooster lost one. You know what a Rooster is, huh?
I know.
The Rooster is our head coach.
Storm and Norman probably do.
Niner head coach is the Rooster.
Oh wait, not the Falcon. Oh, my bad. Thinking of the Chargers.
Let's go Arizona.
Ooh.
My division. So we got Walter Nolan out of Mississippi. We got what most considered the steal of the draft, Will Johnson out of Michigan. Jordan Burt out of Oregon. Cody Simon out of OSU. Denzel Burke out of OSU. Hayden Connor out of Texas. And Catan Crawford out of Nevada. How we feeling about that, Jimmy? What grade they get?
Arizona, man. Did it? Wait, let me see.
Oh, think. Let me read. Let me see.
Oh, they did a decent draft.
Yeah, they did.
Hold on.
They did good.
Unfortunately. I got Denzel Burke. Why we don't go get?
It always comes back to it.
Yeah, they go get Denzel Burke and the safety. Man, they did good, man. I got to give them a good grade, man. They did like a B. Man, they got a B for me. They addressed their needs
right away.
They got the corner. See, they ready to compete. They drafted 4 DB, 3 DBs.
They said these next couple years we're no longer going to be laughed at.
They got offense.
I mean, they still ain't nothing with us, but
they got a little.
They see one day they will get you.
One day.
See, they got a guard from Texas. Texas had how?
Texas had niggas. Oh, let me see.
Area.
Y'all remind me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just run it down now.
Oh, they got Jordan Burke from Oregon. Will Johnson from Michigan. Walter from Ole Miss. Oh, they did good up front, man. They're gonna be right in the West with us, man. They're gonna give us more problems. See, this is what I'm saying. You gotta go get guys like this. They did the same thing we did. This is how we should have addressed our needs, the same way they did.
Mm-hmm.
D tackle, linebacker, guard, DN to anchor down for Bosa over there. But yeah, man, Arizona get a B for me, man.
Right?
I was able to finally skim through this. Honestly, a B minus. Their first few picks were some solid picks.
Will Johnson was. I don't know how. I mean, I get supposedly some injuries, but 47 is crazy. I was mad my Rams didn't take him.
I'm interested, but if anything, this Arizona draft told us is like, obviously we're not talking Super Bowl or NFC Championship, but they're at least saying like, hey, we're gonna be competing.
Yeah,
We're not gonna be laughed at anymore.
We'll give Ragu grades when we get back. I'll just double back. Let's go to Cincinnati.
Oh,
The Tigers.
Yeah.
So I'll run them down. They had 6 picks. 6 picks overall. So Shamar Stewart out of Texas A&M, Demetrius Knight Jr. out of South Carolina, Dylan Fairchild out of Georgia, Barrett Carter out of Clemson, Jalen Rivers out of Miami, Taj Brooks, Texas Tech.
They did good.
yeah, I'd say
You like that, Coach?
Yeah, they did good.
yeah. That honestly, that's a solid B- too.
Yeah, that's solid B for sure. Because they see, like I say, that's going back to the beginning. They dress their draft needs.
Damn, is it just me, or I think we've said that at least 7 or 8 times that
I mean, there's some GMs that know how to do their job.
Yeah.
I think.
because most of these teams have really this year have drafted for their needs, and that's just finally saying the scouts are listening to us. They're doing their effing job.
Yeah,
Because I feel like we said that like 5 times today.
Yeah, but we talked about like damn near 20 teams. Everybody should be doing that.
It's just crazy how it took the All Grind Sports Show to finally get that message out.
beautifully said. Beautifully.
Let's go Seattle.
Uh-oh.
The other NFC West squad, Coach.
This is JC's favorite.
These niggas had a lot of picks. They had a lot of picks.
They
This is
did.
JC's team. On point.
Yeah, that's why I ignored you the first time. All right, so for their first pick, we got Gray Zabel out of North Dakota State. Nick Amin Waring out of South Carolina. I don't know if y'all familiar with whoever that is. Elijah Arroyo out of Miami.
Royals.
They got Jalen Milroe out of Alabama. Riley Mills out of Notre Dame. Torrey Holton out of Colorado State. Robbie out of Alabama. Bryce Cabledue out of Kansas. Damian Martinez out of Miami. Mason Richmond out of Iowa. Ricky White III out of UNLV. These niggas had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 picks overall.
Damn.
They have a gang of picks, dog.
So how do y'all grade this?
Was surrounded by the tough reality.
Well, Royal was a good pickup. Milrow, I think.
Yeah, I wanted to ask y'all. Niggas ain't been too high on Milrow. What y'all think he like a project, like, or y'all don't think he gonna fare at all?
I think he's gonna be great because he get to sit down now because they got the quarterback for him.
Yeah.
But right now, if he had to come in, his athletic ability and his skill set. Now, here's what I'm gonna say to you guys. All of the quarterbacks that come out of Alabama, take a look at that this year. The quarterbacks that come out of Alabama, how do they fare in that NFL? Jalen kind of went when I would have thought Jaden would have been up on the board a little more based on his production for the last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, to go in the third, that's how they do the boy, man. I don't like that because there's so much emphasis on these quarterbacks, and you telling me what's the dude name? Shoho.
Tyler Shogue.
Go keep going back to that. Huh?
Yeah, but I think they address their needs, and I'm gonna give them a good little C plus.
And I think that Milroe pick is something to watch too, just in case Darnold comes back to earth.
That kid is
C plus as well. That's a good grade to put for that draft.
Yeah, you can't just be stealing it grade, bro.
Hard. Got the guard from North Dakota. They did good with the guard. The O-line, they got Bryce, Cabe Duke from Kansas. And they got a tackle guard, Mason Richmond from Iowa. So they addressed that old line, man. Because they got the quarterback that they got. Was that Cousins over there or
Nah, Darnold.
Darnold?
Same spit though.
Darnold. The guy showed out in Minnesota and gets traded. You hear me, man?
He got paid though. He good.
I get you. He earned this. He earned it. Now he got his own joint. Now he got to go make his own bed again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out the league. So,
And that was an
pretty
incredible.
good.
That was an incredible resurgence.
All right, Ragu. I think you left on Atlanta, so we need Cardinals and Bengals grade.
Cardinals. I remember they got somebody sweet.
They got Will Johnson in the second round.
Oh yeah, that's who it was. Arizona. Walter Nolan, defensive lineman. 15th rated defensive lineman. They got him. 15th rated prospect. They got him at 16. Will Johnson. Yeah, nah, bro.
Yeah.
These guys are the closest to failure. They're the closest to actually getting an F.
Wow.
But yeah, we're gonna give them a D.
Oh my
I'm giving you guys a
gosh.
D.
That's night and day from what Coach and Jay gave.
Yeah, I thought they were
Sheesh.
decently.
All right.
Maybe you got they're seeing it different from me, but
Right,
Walter
you said
Nolan is a
Buffalo.
decent pick, and Will Johnson is a decent pick. These other guys, man, were I'll take that back. The Jordan Burks pick is decent, defensive lineman from Oregon.
Yeah, I gave him a C plus.
I thought you gave him a B.
Let me see.
I mean, they did good to me.
Wait,
I gave him a B, JC.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I got that. I mean, I got that good.
And then
I'll give him a C minus, man. I'll give him a C minus.
all right, and then you got the Cincinnati Tigers.
Then Bengals. The Natty.
Oh, so
Lamar
they.
Stewart was really the workout warrior at the combine. I don't think he's going to pan out, but I could be wrong. Demetrius Knight was the only stack and shed linebacker in the draft. But when I say that, I mean, guy that's able to take on those fullbacks and pulling guards and all that, and stacking them, which means engaging them and then getting off the block. Whereas some guys are just quick now. You know what I mean? They just get around the guy. But this guy can actually take that shit on and get around it at 6'2", 235. So good pick right there, the second one. Dylan Fairchild. He was on my radar as an interior old lineman. Little bit high for him, though, at 81. Barrett Carter, Jalen Taj Brooks.
Yeah, Demetrius Knight Jr. was a good selection, too. But everyone after...
Demetrius Knight was definitely a good pick.
Everyone after Fairchild, I think, is like a... Huh?
Maybes, right?
Possibly. Prove me wrong.
They didn't do that great here, bro.
I'm
gonna give them a D plus.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with a C minus.
I thought you already graded it.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
March.
my bad.
No, you
Bengals,
did March.
Wait.
Because those first three picks were really good.
Shamar Stewart is suspect, really, Dre. We don't know what we're gonna get from him. We don't know. His production was not there with what he was supposed to be. Demetrius Knight and Dylan Fairchild both solid. Shamar should be solid, but we don't know.
Oh, you went.
That's just my opinion. What you say, Primo?
No, go ahead.
That Jalen Rivers, I guess that has to be looked at as a solid pick too. But yeah,
And Coach and Dre, did y'all give a grade for Seattle or no?
C minus.
I said C
That's what I was
minus.
saying. C plus when you told me I said a B.
Okay.
You had went back to
Gotcha.
get B.
Yeah. I was letting Ragu double spin the block.
So we got to do. We on Seattle.
Yeah, I think Dre, you gave a grade too, right? For Seattle.
Yeah, C minus.
Okay. So it's just on you now, Ragu, for Seattle, and
So
then we can go.
Grace Zabel. Anybody that watches, that messes with the Raider Ragu channel, know that I was high on Grace Zabel. I didn't realize he was going to go 18 though, but he turned it out at the Pro Bowl. I mean, at the Senior Bowl. Nick Imanwari, me and Coop loved him from the beginning as the best safety in the draft. Elijah Arroyo. Don't know much about him. I would have to scout him, but I would say that's like the first kind of suspect pick. Love Jalen Milroe at pick number 92, bro.
That's what I was saying. I like that too.
Absolutely love it.
That's a great project.
Shout out to Coop's daughter. This is her guy right here at 223, Damian Martinez. That was a great pick too. So
you said that's her dude?
It's not her dude. She just know. I mean, you know,
that's her people.
She's a friend of the program. She commented that he would be a nice addition to somebody's roster. Like almost 2 months ago, she put that on there. So
okay.
She knows her stuff. She follows all the shows. Torrey Horton, Colorado State. I love that. Hey man, these dudes. Hey, they quietly. Yeah, they quietly, bro, had a.
Yeah,
They went back and got that guy Ricky White too. I love that pick.
Yeah, Ricky White is
not to mention, I mean, they had a million picks, nigga. You better have a good draft.
Yeah, say that,
I'm gonna give him an A, man.
No, they had 1,000 picks.
Can you imagine if
I'm
they
gonna give him an A
squandered
too,
those
man.
picks?
They did well for themselves.
You said an A?
Yeah.
Damn.
With the standout picks being Milroe at 92, the first two picks, Zabel and Imanwari, then they jump back in later and leave with a guy named Ricky White, a receiver from UNLV that, you know, as a Vegas Raider guy, he was kind of on my radar, and Damian Martinez, the running back from Miami. So, yeah, hey.
Let's go Tampa Bay.
They just got Shiloh, I believe.
That wasn't a draft pick.
So, not during the draft, but
so
after.
we got again, y'all forgetting Emeka
Egbuka.
Okay.
Egbuka.
Benjamin Morrison out of Notre Dame. Jacob Parrish out of Kansas State, corner. David Walker, the edge out of Central Arkansas. Elijah Roberts, SMU. Tej Johnson out of Oregon. What we grading the Bucks?
The Bucks did they shit too, bro. They did. Let's talk about. Okay, so they drafted after Carolina, right? So Egbuka was the second receiver taken. Little suspect, you know. We had Golden and we had Burden, both rated higher than him, and they were available still, I think. Yeah, they were. So I'm a little suspect on the Egbuka pick, but Benjamin Morrison, Jacob Parrish, David Walker, Elijah Roberts, all solid.
You're a little iffy on the Emeka pick.
Yeah, just because I feel like Matthew Golden or Luther Burden the third, who were still there, are have more upside than this guy. They're definitely faster. This guy I had as the best route runner in the draft, though.
Oh yeah,
Abuka.
absolutely.
But
He knows how to create space.
Terrence Johnson, they took a flyer on him. He's a little guy from Oregon. Didn't run as fast as the combine as people thought he was. Only ran like a 4.5, and he's only like 154 pounds. But they took a flyer on him. He might be something. And I like that at 235. What are you risking at picking somebody at 235? Right. Nothing. Right. So yeah, man. Hey.
Oh, wow.
Hey, for me, for these guys.
Tampa.
I especially like the two corners back to back. Benjamin Morrison, and then they came back and got Jacob Parrish. Go ahead, Frank.
I'm gonna go to B plus.
That's what I was looking at. And I'm excited, guys, about this corner stuff because we didn't get none. Super excited, man. This is what I asked myself last year when they was paying all them receivers all the money. I'm like, they don't even pay DBs that much money. So when they gave my boy Diamador that little bag, they put a little extra couple of years on him. But I'm looking at how do you pay the receivers all this money, but don't pay the dudes that got to run around and chase them? You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving these corners go now. I hate that they're going in these later rounds, but I'm glad the teams are picking them because that's the game. If you got these receivers, these 5 receiver sets, trips, doubles, and you gotta have 5 DBs got to be on the field sometime.
And they got to be able to cover.
And they got to be able to cover and tackle.
Yep.
So I'm going to give them a B. Plus.
Oh, that's nice.
All right. Let's go Donkeys.
JC, what'd you give them?
The Donkeys.
I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm just letting the mans with the plans give the grades out. I'm a bystander. Innocent bystander.
You are part of this show.
Soaking up game from the OGs and the young. Let's go Donkeys, man. So we got and again, correct me, Jahdae Barron out of Texas.
Jahdae
Barron out of Texas. RJ Harvey, UCF. Pat Bryant out of Illinois. Savion Jones out of LSU. Q Robinson out of Alabama. Jeremy Crenshaw out of Florida. Ooh.
Crosshaw.
Crosshaw, my bad. That's how you do it. That's that LA spit. I just all I see is C and
That's the only thing he saw.
Crenshaw, bro.
Caleb Lohner out of Utah. That is the Donkeys draft. What grade we giving them?
The Donkeys. Y'all cold for calling them that, man.
It's still F them niggas.
Honestly, their first 4 picks, Jahdae. I like Jahdae, obviously. Harvey, I like, and then Pat Bryant, I think is a solid. Is a nice little wideout.
Pat Bryant was not on my radar, Dre. They have him ranked as the 181st overall prospect, at 23rd overall. I really only stayed inside the top 20 when I was scouting guys, so I don't know him. He's kind of a who for me, but definitely Jahdae and RJ Harvey, bro. They
watch if you get a chance this season. My bad, Ragu. If you get a chance this season, check out Pat. If you start just give him a try. Give him a look.
Okay, I definitely will. We played them twice. And then the Savion, I think it's Savion, actually, JC. They got him at 101st. At 101, he's the 79th overall rated prospect at defensive line, 6'5", 280. And then Q or K Robinson, whatever his name is, got him at 134. He's the 119th rated prospect. So edge rusher. So they was ahead of the curve on them two guys. Like I said, I don't know
their tight end pick. Which was Caleb.
That guy is who? He's a hoot to me. I don't know who the fuck that is. The punter, I'm not about to give you props for punter. So John Day, RJ, Savion, and K. Robinson, the B plus. If I knew what was up with Pat Bryant, like Dre does, and I had him as a guy, I would give them an A. That's the only thing holding me back from giving them an A.
Yeah, I am going to give him an A just because of that. I promise you. And you play him twice, like you said, so you'll see.
And it's the Donkeys.
Anyway,
And it's the Donkeys.
Oh, you guys are hilarious.
I'm going to give him a good B, but listen, I want to ask a question about the tight end from Utah.
Mhm.
That's the guy, right? Oh, no, that guy left last year.
I don't know. They got him as a 456 rated prospect. He shouldn't even have been drafted. They could have got him. They could have signed him on a free agent deal.
Just like they could have signed that punter. So I'm
That's true. That's true. That's true, Frank.
I'm gonna give him a C.
Hey guys, I actually got to get ready to head to work, so I got to split out this way. So I'll see you guys next week.
Good dog.
All right, Dre.
All right,
Good to
Appreciate
see
you,
you.
dog.
I love y'all.
Let's win, baby.
Love you too, bro.
If y'all need anything, please text me, call me.
Yes, sir.
Go
Peace, man.
Patriots and go Celtics.
Oh no, get up out of here.
Yeah, you better get hurt.
Okay, so yeah, we got a B, C.
Yeah, we got it.
All right.
Yeah, you don't get no higher grade because you drafted a punter.
Yeah, I definitely didn't give him no points for drafting that punter. And that tight end, that's ranked 400 or something.
It's guys that could have got that bread. That
See, Ragu, that's the part where you said certain teams be going home and then other teams be still working.
Right.
Them
That's
niggas
exactly what it means.
They put them niggas on the
picked-
queue and just went home.
Hey,
They put that shit on auto-pick, left.
they put that shit on auto pick.
It wouldn't have dinner and shit.
All right. It's out of here.
All right, let's go the Coops team, man. Them Stiller boys.
No, this started.
We got Derek Harmon out of Oregon. I can't get Coop's clip out of my mind. That nigga said who? And then clicked off the line. All right, let me get back to work. All right, Derek Harmon out of Oregon for the first pick. Caleb Johnson out of Iowa, running back. Jack Sawyer out of OSU. Yaya Black out of Iowa. Will Howard out of Ohio State. Carson Bruner out of Washington. And Dante Kent out of Central Michigan corner. How did Pittsburgh do?
The Derek Harmon pick is solid. It's right. You know, he's a 25th rated overall prospect. They got him at 21. That's not too bad. Caleb Johnson, I felt me and Coop talked about this too, so we're going to end up chopping it up about this. I thought he was going to be one of the steals of this draft because people stopped talking about him. Remember, this dude was in the Heisman talk at first at Iowa. That's number 2, the running back at Iowa. He was a Heisman guy at first. Jack Sawyer, loved that pick, bro. 123rd. You got the 10th rated edge rusher and the 53 rated overall pick, and you got him at 123. Great pick. Yaya was a little bit of a reach, but I ain't mad at it. And then Will Howard was a great pick too. They needed a quarterback. We sitting here wondering when they was gonna get a quarterback. Well, they only got the quarterback that won the national championship. So
I was gonna ask you that too, like, because you know they was one of the teams I was like kind of mad at. Like, if anybody needed a quarterback, it's Shaw. So you don't have no problem with them, like the picks that they got instead of Shadeur, because maybe they would have got him with that.
I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you, bro. I thought the Derek Harmon pick was going to be Shadeur Sanders,
and then the rest of it is perfectly.
Yeah,
Okay.
You know, Derek Harmon is an okay pick. They didn't blow it because they're close to the ranking and they're close to the pick number.
Yeah, but
So
there's
they
better
good on
value
that.
in that third and fourth. In that
Yeah,
third
the
and fourth.
Caleb and Jack Sawyer and the Will Howard is really what kind of put them over the top for me. And the fact that Harmon wasn't too far off.
Yeah.
Man, this is tough. I wish they would have got Shadeur, but I'm gonna give the Steelers a B plus, man.
Yeah, they know that is.
I'm gonna ride with the low B. I'm gonna ride with the low B, man, based on understanding that this kid Harmon, he has Steeler DNA, man.
Yeah,
He's a Steeler guy.
I said that.
Tomlin really likes this guy. And those other picks,
Jack Sawyer too. He's a Steeler type guy too.
Sawyer was a great pick. Caleb Johnson, like you said, talked to the Heisman. I don't know how he fell so low.
Me either, bro.
But again, this is not a running
It's like
back.
they just stopped talking about it.
I mean, it's not even a running back's league. Listen, when you go into the Super Bowl, you looking for who to be the MVP. Nothing but the quarterback.
Quarterback, yeah.
It ain't even, nobody else can try to be magnificent. You can have 6-7 catches and not the MVP. So
As long as the quarterback threw it to you, he gonna get the MVP, brother.
right. So they make sure that they get that. But overall, I think they did good, man. I'm gonna give them, like I said, a low B.
All right.
And the Chargers had a game of picks. Gonna go Chargers. So the first pick,
JVs.
Amarion Hampton out of North Carolina, the running back. Trey Harris out of Mississippi. Jamari Caldwell out of Oregon. Kyle Kennard out of South Carolina. Keandre Lambert Smith out of Auburn. Oronde Gatson II out of Syracuse. Branson Taylor out of Pittsburgh. R.J. Mickens out of Clemson. I don't even want to try this last nigga's name. Trick Williams Bridges out of Florida, the corner. Yeah, that's the Chargers.
That's crazy, man.
They went and got 2 safeties back to back.
This nigga, every time somebody gets some DBs and safeties.
Bro, they got 2 safeties. Look. They got 2 big time safeties at the end of the shit. Look.
Oh,
They got R.J. Mickens, safety from Clemson. And they got Tariq Williams Bridges, a safety from Florida. These are SEC safeties, bro. ACC, SEC safeties. And we gonna get a Western Kentucky safety.
Oh, that's the point you making? I thought you still talking about what y'all didn't do. Okay. All right.
Hey, D, I mean, it's been alarming me, as JC just mentioned. I'll be looking at the picks and finna get my grade, man, and I see dudes, he got corners, safeties, SEC, ACC, Big 12, Big 10, and here we go to Western Kentucky, get a 5'8" dude, and then we get the other boy. Oh, my goodness. 5'11" safeties when they got them 6'3" and 6'4". Jesus.
He said we went to Western Kentucky and got a 5'8" nigga. Hey man, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you, man. Omarion Hampton, Trey Harris are pro football players. They're going to be good in the league. And then the Kyle Kennard coming back at getting 100 at 125, getting a 95th rated prospect. I got to give Harbaugh them props on that. And then something that I didn't think anybody was aware of except me, Oronde Gadsden. I saw him accidentally scouting the quarterback, Kyle McCord, for Syracuse. You know how you do that, coach. You go to see another kid, and you end up looking at another kid. Yeah. So this dude, guys, number 18 for Syracuse.
I saw that spit too.
Yes, he did. Hey, and watch in the league. Remember I told you about this kid, Gaston, Oronde Gaston.
Gotcha.
So because of Omarion and because of Trey Harris, Kyle Kennard too, and then they came back and got Oronde Gaston.
So they're gonna have a great running back room.
Well, they gonna pound that ball.
Tremendous running back room, bro, with Najee Harris and this kid. They got this dude is 225 pounds and he ran a 4.4. Okay.
Where did he come from?
North Carolina.
He comes from the University of North Carolina.
Run that ball. Hey, you see how the North Carolina Tar Heels hired 2 old coaches? Shout out to the legendary coaches.
I'm so interested to see how Bill's gonna do there. But my grade, I don't want to go off on him, but A-.
Yeah, Chargers an
A- for the Chargers, bro. I didn't want to, but I'm telling you, I wanted a Rondé Gaston. I wanted a Marion happen. That was if we didn't get Gentry, though.
So he really blew you away then.
Hey, the Chargers
Trey Harris was also on my radar, JC. These are guys that I wanted on the Raiders.
Yeah.
And then he picked them. So, yeah, man.
Yeah. So he saw what you saw.
Yeah, him and his boy, what's his boy name? That is the GM Witty. They fired Telesco for him. His name is escaping me right now. But yeah, when he came back to the league, he got his GM that he had at Frisco.
Gotcha.
They fired to. That's why Telesco was out of there. Harbaugh was like, "Nah, I don't want him."
You know, Telesco, he didn't do bad. But he wanted his guy.
Telesco did good for us too. He picked Brock Bowers.
What's the grade, Coach? You ready?
A B, baby. Harbaugh is gonna run that ball, bro. And
I love the AFC West, bro.
He parted ways with Bosa, huh?
Yeah.
AFC West is a big boy.
I think he went over to Buffalo.
Oh, we would get him, but yeah, he went down there in Buffalo. I thought he was gonna come over there with bro.
Y'all ain't got enough money for both of them fools.
I know. We got rid of
It's a salary cap.
Yeah,
Y'all already got one injury prone, Bo, so why you want 2 of them?
No, he ain't injury prone. He only injury prone when he got to do everything. You'll get hurt. You'll get hurt trying to be anchor on one side, down sack leader, defensive player, and then now
San Francisco both the shit. The Charger both he'll assault.
Yeah, see, now you got people paying attention to you. They cutting you and over the top. Boy, they triple teaming you. You're gonna get hurt.
So he was happy to get them D linemen that they got. You said Bosa was he like yes, because y'all was turning Hargrave too. So you know that was keeping a lot of heat off of Bosa.
That's it, but that was only on. They were both on the same side. Now they running when they run the ball. Look, when Geno scored the touchdown on us, he dropped back at the 25-yard line and just ran up the right side.
I saw that play when I was scouting Geno. Yeah, I did.
What you call him went up the field. These other twos wide, they left a lane. He just ran right up that one. Because of course we ain't in nothing but zone. We turning backs and running. Geno ran right.
They beat y'all in overtime that game.
Geno won the game with the scramble up a ton.
Yeah. I was hoping that he could do that for us. I watched that game, Frank. I watched that.
Geno's gonna be nice for you guys, man. You guys got power, got a back now.
I think he is too.
Got O-line. You now you got your receiver nucleus. You just gotta get those guys comfortable with Geno. And man, look at here. Because one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. You have a philosophy, and the defense will be hitting. Be Uncle Pete.
They do. They definitely will be.
Uncle Pete
you can tell by the personnel.
Called competing.
Competition Tuesday.
So this is gonna be my team next year when the Rams ain't playing. 100%.
Here we go.
Green Bay drafted Lil Cuzzo. You know what I'm saying? So
okay,
we on both sides now. NBA and the NFL. Shout out Micah Robinson out of Tulane.
Shout out Micah.
Yeah, got picked in the 7th round.
Pops
was actually supposed to come up here about like a month ago, but last minute he had missed out. But yeah, let's get to the Packers, man. So we got Matthew Golden out of Texas with the first pick. Anthony Belton out of NC State.
Big
Savion
fella.
Williams out of TCU. Baron Sora out of Texas. Colin Oliver out of Oklahoma State. Warren Brinson out of Georgia. As I told y'all, Cuzzo, Michael Robinson out of Tulane. And John Williams out of Cincinnati. What grade we giving the Packers?
The Pack.
The Pack nailed
Go Pack,
this,
go.
bro. I didn't realize they did this well. First of all, Matthew Golden ran a 4.29. So happy with that. Anthony Belton, the big fella, he was on my radar for lineman. Savion Williams, I think he's going to be the next Cordero Patterson. Baron Sorrell was a highly rated edge player. These dudes got an A.
Ooh, wait.
Man,
Sheesh.
like that. Just like that, dog.
That was quick, too.
Damn, they do got some nice pigs. Oh shit, I gotta give them something like damn, they loaded. Green Bay gonna be tough again.
Yeah, they stacked up.
Your little Cuzzo play? So I'm gonna get my 8. I'm gonna get my 8,
Sorry.
man. Cause they didn't really need too much. They was in the
Yeah,
off.
they was already solid. They was just,
And
they just
then
building depth at this point.
and looking at what they picked up is like, wow. So they address some needs. It's gonna be some competing in that camp. It's gonna be some competing for some jobs.
Yeah, for sure.
They're gonna be competing over there,
For
man.
sure.
Yeah. I get my 8.
We didn't do Vikings yet, right?
No, we do Minnesota.
Okay. They only have 5 picks anyway. Try to be quick because I do gotta get out of here. Donovan Jackson with the first pick. Ty Felton out of Maryland. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins out of Georgia. Kobe King out of Penn State. Gavin Bartholomew out of Pittsburgh. I think that was I think he was on Ragu Radio, that last guy.
Minnesota addressed their needs too.
Yeah.
So it's not really nothing that jumps out besides the old line from Ohio State.
Uh-huh.
The Georgia kid, Ingram Dawkins. Oh, and the King, shit. Line ass.
It seems like they're going all in on JJ. They believe in that
King
guy.
go so far. King should have been up at least another round or so. Kobe King, Penn State linebacker.
Because they be disrespecting the backers now.
He went like they do the back like running backs for real now.
Yeah, probably worse.
I give him a B plus.
Especially the interior linebackers.
Middle the mics.
Yeah, they do them dirty.
Y'all don't even cover nobody. Y'all stay in the box. Shit. I get them a B. They did some stuff.
Okay. Next up, I'll let Ragu spin the block when he get back. Next up, we got my Rams. So, as y'all know, traded back our first pick, get the second round pick. And with that pick, we took Terrence Ferguson. So that was our first pick in the draft, the tight end out of Oregon. Josiah Stewart out of Michigan. Jarquez Hunter out of Auburn. Ty Hamilton out of OSU. Poole Paul Jr. out of Mississippi. And Kanata Munkfield out of Pittsburgh.
Y'all don't even draft. I'm going on the limb, man. Y'all don't even draft these rookies. Y'all like all free agency. And y'all did some good picking, bro. I got to get y'all an A.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all an A, man.
Talk to me. I know I'm pressed for time, but talk to me. What's the A for?
Because y'all address the tight end now. Cool can do what he want, run around Sue. He could take what the other boy was doing.
Yeah.
Address the outside linebacker need, and then y'all addressed another running back. Y'all already got a good one.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah,
man,
you need 2 backs now. You know, we all say that.
2 backs. Right, then you address the D tackle. Look where you got him from.
Yep.
Ohio State. Right. Then you come down here and get the linebacker from Ole Miss. So you got an SEC guy at backer and a Big Ten guy at backer. That's not addressing what you already have in the stable. But look at the games y'all was in last year.
Yeah.
So now we get down here to your 7th pick, or your wide receiver. What is that, a Samoan?
Look like it.
Nota Mumpfield out of Pittsburgh. Come on, man. It ain't like y'all already need no receivers. Y'all already got the man over there.
Oh no, that's a brother at a GA.
Yeah.
But you know that again, like Ragu said earlier, when it's the 200 something pick, I mean, what you risking at that point?
You're not risking nothing. He pull around and be a flower for you.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and Snead been hitting on them 5th, 6th round picks these last 2-3 years. So
that out of Belichick book. See, Belichick wasn't running up to the draft.
Yeah.
Hey, my boy, he really liked free agents. He didn't really like coaching these youngsters. He
Belichick
came in there doing that. Your head coach.
Oh, McVay?
Hey,
he was a young nigga when he got here.
A young nigga don't want to coach young niggas. McVay he's grown professional.
Yeah.
And now he had to carry himself a certain way to get that respect. And once he got the respect, there's no looking back. I think he's a hell of a coach, man. Hell of an organization. They backing him. And I like the fact that hats off, man, to the first responders, the way they did their little war room. They went and did it at the Ventura firehouse.
Oh, nice.
Shout out
I didn't even know that.
Hey, and the Rams for doing that for the fire first responders out there, man.
That's nice. All right, next up, we got Houston. I know I'm kind of speeding through, trying to get through the last team. They had a lot of picks. Jaden Higgins, Ariante Urzure out of Minnesota, Jalen Noel, Jalen Smith, Woody Marks out of SC, Jalen Reed out of Penn State, Graham Mertz out of Florida, Keontae Hamilton out of Rutgers, and Luke Lashy out of Iowa. They had a lot of picks.
See, like that 6th pick is wasted, right?
6th round pick?
Yeah, that round 197. That's a wasted pick. You could
wait, 187 or 97? The quarterback one?
Yeah, the quarterback. Graham Mertz.
Why you say it's wasted?
Man, you could have waited on that. That dude not that tough.
So it's not the position they picked, it's who they picked.
You address it, the D tackle and the 2 they are. Listen, see, that's the concept they have, and that's why they get to look. Some dudes get good dudes at the end. Some dudes be just letting auto pick, right?
Yeah.
They addressed the D tackle and the tight end. Iowa tight end, decent. But that D tackle, he could have been addressed sooner. Because look, at the top of the draft, their 2nd pick was an O tackle. They came out and grabbed the wide receiver, so they feeling like we need somebody to throw to.
Right.
Which was smart. They addressed what they need for the boy. He needed to throw to somebody, right?
Right.
And when they got the Iowa State guy, Jaden Higgins, he's not a big guy. Offensive tackle was addressed, and they go do what? Iowa State again. They got both of Iowa State. Who's in the Houston, Texas organization that's connected to Iowa State? Okay. Both of the receivers? Come on. But getting our Jalen Smith gonna help their defense, and Woody Marks, they're gonna do some good. I even like the Penn State safety. Again, here I go. Penn State.
DB's a safety.
I mean, these are big time safeties that I watch play, bro.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the guy from Western Kentucky. No knock on the kid. Never knock a kid. But when we're trying to compete for Super Bowl championships, I mean, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So yeah, to them I give I give them a good D minus.
Damn.
They addressed their issues.
You said B minus or D minus?
B minus.
Oh, okay. I thought you said D minus.
Oh, B minus. They, it's not. We know the SC guys, but like I said, going to Iowa State, and these guys are playing in the Big 12 and the Big 10. They got a lot of Big 10 and Big 12 guys. The quarterback Graham, like I said, he didn't produce in the SEC. So I just think that was their only wasted pick. So that's why I'm giving like a B minus.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that'd be their
And
only.
then this one we're gonna go Baltimore. Try to be quick. They had a lot of picks. Malachi Starks, Mike Green, Emory Jones Jr., Teddy Buchanan, Carson Vincent, Bilal Cohn, Tyler Luke, and drafted the kicker, right? LeJontay Wester, Aeneas Peebles, Robert Longerbean, Garrett Dellinger.
Hey man, I'm gonna give them a C. Plus, I like them addressing the D-tackle on the corner situations, the edge. Wait.
Definitely need some corner when they play Cincinnati.
Yeah, we definitely need that. And we said this is who?
Ravens.
Ravens. Okay, there we go. How do we make it so? They didn't have that many picks, huh?
They had a lot of picks. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. Safety. Georgia, there we go. Ooh. Oh, they cold. Oh man, get him a B plus.
Oh wow.
B plus, man. Look at the guys they got, man. See?
I hear you, coach.
Draft. And I ain't gonna waste no time. Give me them B plus, man.
Gonna go Washington Communist Party.
Commanders.
We got Josh Corneli Jr., Trey Amos, Jalen Lane, Kane Madrano, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt out of Arizona.
Hey man, they didn't play either. They went and got some needs,
And
man.
they had already killed it, free agency and trades and shit.
They killed it.
They had a hell of a summer.
I give them a B plus too, dog. They did their number of their needs. Like they don't really like that was none of one of them teams like Green Bay. They already had their places. They just needed some replacements and some new young fresh energy in that locker room to come in and say, hey, look, when a dude go down, they can step in and learn.
Right. They got depth. They got deep.
They got depth. And I'm looking, as I was looking to try to see what kind of linebacker they got for my main man, and they addressed it. Jordan McGee from Temple.
Mm-hmm.
But look, they went and addressed the safety issue twice. No, the DB, that's a DB from Michigan. Safety from Washington, Dominic Hampton. So definitely they did their D tackles. You know what I'm saying? They did their things, man. Commanders.
All right, and then I'm gonna go Detroit. Tyleek Williams out of OSU. Tate Ratledge, Isaac Tesler, Miles Frazier, Ahmed Hassanin out of Boise State. I don't know if you know who that is.
Hassan.
Yeah. Dan Jackson, Dominic Lovett out of Georgia, receiver.
Get this shit, man. They just reloaded, man. Ohio State, Georgia, Arkansas, LSU, Boise State, Georgia. Hey, man.
Damn.
They need nobody. Lions, great job over there, man. Whatever y'all doing over there, Lions, keep doing it. Green Bay Lions and the Commanders, two squads, two organizations that's been around. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're making great strides with the new era.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Buffalo. Maxwell Harrison, T.J. Sanders, Landon Jackson, Deion Walker, Jordan Hancock, Jackson Halls, Dorian Strong, Chase. I ain't gonna try to pronounce his last name. And Caden Frazier.
Chase Lund.
Yeah.
Old tackle from Connecticut that got him laid. See, again, this is where you can steal. And I like teams. I see when you look at it, you're looking at teams at the bottom. If you go round 6, 206, you get Chase, London.
Ones that stayed in that office.
Right. And you get a Dorian Strong cornerback from Texas Tech. Come on, man. Look, Jordan Hancock, Ohio State. First round pick, Maxwell Harrison, Kentucky. Addressing their needs. Remember we just talked about teams. Bills don't really need nothing. But look at what they got. Remember what I said earlier?
Well, they do need to beef up that line a little more.
Look, I'm talking about the DB back end. They was getting,
had
his little issue. He might be on the blink. Hampton and all them. Look, they addressed it. The DB, edge rusher, D tackle, corner, tight end. They got an offensive lineman from what you say, JP, in the way down here. They didn't try to address no O-line. They addressed that defense.
Yeah.
They want to stop people because they know they can put up points. Good job, Buffalo. I'll give you A.
Buffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to look at Buffalo real quick? We speeding through though. 2 teams left.
All right.
Probably got like 15 minutes.
That's plenty of time. Oh. Maxwell Harrison was one of my guys, bro. I supported drafting him in the first round, just like they did. He ran a 4.3. Landon Jackson. So they got some edge, D-line. $194. I'm at 206. I like the Jordan Hancock too from Ohio State cornerback. They had a lot of people drafted. 14 kids.
And look how many corners they got.
And no, none of them is 5'9" either, Coach.
No.
Wow, man. Wow.
Yeah. That's exactly what I said.
I gotta get him an A.
Same thing, Coach.
Where they picked these prospects at and what they were ranked at, they did excellent. Especially Deion Walker, 6'7", 331. Out of Kentucky. Kentucky had a few people drafted, man.
Do that?
Yeah.
6'1", 195, Jordan Hancock, the corner out of Ohio State. I love that. I got to give him an A, JC. Shit.
All right.
Buffalo Bills. Hey.
All right.
Their defensive issues, man.
Did I miss one, JC?
Minnesota.
You missed a few, but we ain't gonna have time.
All right. Go ahead.
Let's go Super Bowl champs. Jayad Campbell. I believe the Eagles traded with the Chiefs on this as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So this was a trade. So they traded up to get Jayad Campbell, linebacker out of Alabama, Andrew Makuba, Ty Robinson, Mac McWilliams, Smell Monda Jr. out of Georgia, Drew Kendall out of Boston College, Kyle McCord, Miles Hinton, Cameron Williams, Antoine Powell, Riley out of Virginia Tech. What's the Super Bowl champs grade?
Real quick, you guys did Ravens, obviously.
A lot of picks.
Malachi Starks, Mike Green, Emory Jones. Great picks for Baltimore. I give them an A as well. Okay, now this was Philly?
Yeah.
High Campbell. Oh my God.
They had what was this? 11 picks or 10 picks? 10 picks.
Makuba. I'm gonna give him a solid B, man. Give Howie a B. They didn't need much though. They won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Look what they got.
Yeah.
In Texas.
And they got the best off-ball linebacker in the draft in Jahad Campbell.
When they got the best safety. Texas.
Malachi, Makuba? Yeah. He was up there.
Yeah, man, I get these guys. And they didn't, like you said, they didn't need nothing. I get these guys an A, man.
They won
Because
the
they
Super
didn't
Bowl.
need nothing.
They need nothing. And they still
They won
got
the
all
Super Bowl. It
of
looked like they got better though. They won the bowl and it do look like they got better. So
All right. Last but not least, them Kansas City boys. We got Josh Simmons out of OSU, Omar Norman Lott out of Tennessee, Ashton Gillett, Louisville, Noah Williams out of Calvert, Jalen Royals, Jeffrey Bassa out of Oregon, and Bashar Smith. They had about 6-7 picks, it looked like.
I'll give him a standing ovation for the Bashard Smith pick. He was like one of the fastest dudes in the draft, the SMU kid. They took a flyer on him. He used to play wide receiver.
Yeah, they love getting speedsters in drafts. I noticed that.
He's a speedster at the running back. Josh Simmons was one of the better O-linemen tackles in the draft. The rest of these guys, they was kind of dancing to the beat of their own drum, I feel like. The Omar Norman Lott, that's solid. The Ashton Gillot and the Noah Williams, Jalen Royals, Jeffrey Bassa, all these guys, Kansas City was like, we're just doing us.
Yeah.
We don't have to listen to what the fuck you guys say. We won, 3 of the last 4 fucking Super Bowls.
Right.
We don't have to fucking listen to you guys.
Exactly.
So, with the Rashard's pick and the first pick of Josh Simmons, I'm going to get a chance for solid B, too. I'm calling them champs. These motherfuckers didn't win. Josh Simmons and Rashard Smith, I'll give you guys a B for that.
The runner-ups get a B.
I feel like they was dancing to the beat of their own drum, which they can do because, hey, they've been winning, bro. So I'm going to give them a B just for the guys that I've scouted and know in this draft that they picked up and where they got.
Hats off to coach over there in Kansas City, man. And what you guys are doing over there is extraordinary. You didn't need anything. What's the D coordinator? D name? Give it to me, D. What's his name? D, give it to me.
Spags. Steve Spagnuolo.
Boy, if you are a grind fan, how many times did you hear that name this season?
Hey man, Spag did his thing. I mean, I'm like D, man. They don't need nothing. They did their own thing,
Yeah.
like whatever, man. So just
Yeah, man, they don't have to follow no who's rated where and all this. They got their own rankings, and by the results,
It's
who
working.
can say anything? Yeah.
I give him a solid B, man. Solid as it comes, man.
So before we go, y'all want to guess the top 5 most players taken from colleges?
Texas.
Ragu
Texas.
Ohio State. It's got to be Ohio State. Number
Ragu
one.
got the first one. Ohio State is number 1.
Texas seem to have had a lot of guys.
They're not second.
Ohio State was number 1.
Ohio State is number 1.
Number 2.
14 players from Ohio State.
What about
He
You
won
know who had
against
a
number
lot of
2.
players, bro? Who had a lot of players was
There you go, Coach.
who?
13 out of Georgia.
Where was
Georgia?
Texas?
Texas was 12. They finished 3rd.
All right.
Oh boy.
And I said some school. Hold on, what schools that I said had TCU.
Nope.
No? Okay.
TCU they only had 2.
Drafted?
Yep.
The receiver was one.
I must be talking about somebody else then.
Yeah, you talking about somebody else. Texas and Georgia.
Texas is 3rd.
Georgia's second.
Georgia 2nd.
And who was first?
Ohio State.
Where was Kentucky? I would like to know.
Kentucky they had 2.
Okay, they like TCU.
Y'all want to guess 4th and 5th, or you want me to just give it to you?
Hold on, let me guess. Let me give at least one good guess. Is it double digit player or no?
Yeah. 4th is double digits, 5th isn't. Yeah. You're probably gonna be mad when I say it too.
Oh.
Go ahead, give it to him.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Don't say that because they have some guys.
They had a couple guys.
But go ahead, man. I gotta make it.
And and then Ole Miss was 5th. Jay Will's squad. But appreciate the OGs, man. This probably gonna be a 2-part episode. I didn't know it was gonna take this long, but I appreciate y'all hanging with me. And catch y'all on the next one, man. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all checking out the All Grind Sports Show. Go Rams, go Lakers, go Dodgers. Peace.
And Raiders.
See y'all later.
Peace. Just win.
Everybody's grown, now that's why it's changing. House party cracking on because T green